All right, are we back? Oh, for fuck's sake. Yeah, I genuinely do not know what happened there. Game stream just fucking died. The issue is just as soon as it came back, Twitch just went, nah, I don't think I'll reconnect you. Never mind. Let's just fucking leave that. So before we continue, for Lazera, thank you so much for the follow. Really appreciate that. Robotic Unicorn, you fucking mad lad. You have given 116 subs in the channel so far this month, plus over $200 in donations. You're fucking nuts, bro. I appreciate the money. Thank you. But that is fucking nuts. So can we get some hearts in chat for Robotic Unicorn keeping the fucking stream alive all by his lonesome, making me rich? I really appreciate that. King Julian, how you doing, brother? What's basically StarCraft? I wouldn't say that is basically like StarCraft. Oh shit! Is there a trailer for Space Marine 2? Please tell me there's a fucking trailer for Space Marine 2. Okay, here we go. You guys want to watch this? Do we watch the official trailer or do we watch this one? Are they the same? This is 1 month ago, so this is newer. You want to watch the first one, all right? Come on, bastards! Dude, I think I'm gonna play Space Marine 2. Oh shit. It's the bug people.
Company command. First platoon.
What are they called again? So the Space Marines are the big swagger fucking OP guys. But what are these guys? The Imperial Guard. So the Imperial Guard, these are the sort of who gives a fuck, they can just all die. We'll just throw thousands and millions of them. Sephion, thanks for the first time chat, dude. Really appreciate that. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Yeah, the normal people with the guns that fucking what do they call them again? There's like a word for the guns, the lasso gun. All right.
We've lost the square. We can't hold it.
Here comes the Space Marines. Sup, bitch? Jesus. Dude, imagine if you're an imp, right? Like you're just an Imperial God. And you're watching these, like, you were just getting your ass handed to you. But now, like, 3 Space Marines arrive, and they are fucking laying waste to the bugs. Like, just imagine what's going through your mind at that point. Jesus. Never mind, fuck your head. Do the Space Marines actually like the Imperial Guard? When I say like, I mean, do they care about the Imperial Guard at all? Or is it more just a case of, nah, fuck them? Who gives a shit? Some. All right. Jesus.
Those angels.
He just said angels. The Emperor's angels. Let's go, bro. Let's go, bro. Dude, how can you not be excited for this? Like, how can you not be absolutely fucking hyped for this? Alright, let's quickly see this. Armoring of a Space Marine. The fuck is that? Dude. Is this Mechanicus? Is this like a Mechanicus being? Like Adeptus Mechanicus, right? Ah, okay. I'm learning, bro. I'm fucking learning.
I accept these burdens as the Imperium bleeds. I accept these burdens, knowing no fear. I accept these burdens as an angel of the Emperor. I sheathe my form in the second skin. This veil of machine muscle and false nerves.
Wait, so he can never remove his armor? Once they're in the armor, they are in it for life. Is this why people were asking me you can either be an Imperial, like, you can either be an angel or have sex, but you can't have both? Fun fact, the Imperium insignia is the same as the Sigmarites in fantasy. Can they remove it? Okay. You just rarely see them remove it. Let's go, bro.
I stand firm against the alien, the mutant, the heretic. I grant no mercy. I give no ground.
Fucking blessing him and shit. Alright. Fuck. The fuck is that babies? Dude, that babies turned into angels. What the? That's just creepy. Wait, the sheriff wait, those are servitors? Hold the phone. Wait. So servitors in the Imperium are people that got lobotomized and then basically turned into servants for all eternity, effectively, until they die. You're telling me that they made babies into servitors? How does this happen? I'm assuming it's children who never got born? Wait, so they're vat grown. Why the fuck would you need baby servants, though? Wouldn't it be more prudent? By the way, Mr. Earther, thank you so much for the first time chat, dude. Really appreciate it. Welcome to the channel. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Wouldn't it be more prudent to have adult servitors? Because they can lift heavier things, they can do more than babies can. Little floating angels to sing hymns and prayers while they fly around. I think they just make them because they look like cherubs. You need them in different sizes. Dude, this is just weird, bro. Fuck.
With humility I bear the Imperialis. The symbol of loyalty unbroken. With reverence I receive.
What is that thing on his back? Is that like a jetpack or something? Does it make them jump really high or give them flight or some shit? Because every single one of them had that thing on their back. Power supply, I believe. Power pack. So it's a power supply. Ah. Dude, so not only are they stronger and faster than literally all mortals, but their armor packs are also just robotic. You know, just in case you need that extra bit of speed, that extra bit of fucking movement, and just the extra bit of power. This seems like fucking overkill.
Actuation. Awakening the armor spirit. With pride, I wear the symbol of my chapter. And join my brothers in war.
Fuck it, I'll be.
I am iron. I am wrath. I am doom.
Jesus. Wow. Okay, this was really cool. But yes, it is 100%, like 100% Blizzard copied this. Because if you go Starcraft, Starcraft 2 trailer. I think it's the original trailer. Yeah. So this is like how did Blizzard get away with this? I'm sorry, but how the fuck did Blizzard get away with this? Because it is effectively just a copy. And here's the funny thing. Back when I saw this for the first time, I thought, oh my god, this is like one of the coolest cinematics ever. Now, after watching the Warhammer 40k one, it is weird how Blizzard copied the concept of Warhammer, because this is how Warhammer, I'm assuming this is how Warhammer Marines always get dressed. Like, this is the canonical way that they get dressed, right? Like the tech priests dress them with fucking mechanical shit going around. Yeah, so Blizzard, basically 13 years ago, Blizzard decided to steal how Space Marines get dressed and just put that into a fucking trailer. It's still a cool trailer. I don't know if you guys have ever seen this. It's still a cool trailer. So I'm not suggesting that Blizzard stole the video, because obviously Blizzard's video predates the video from Warhammer, by several fucking years, over a decade actually. My suggestion is that the concept, so the lore, the canonical way in which Space Marines get dressed is basically what Blizzard took. Blizzard just said, wow, that's cool, we'll do the same thing. Fuck it, right? Because this is basically the same thing. If I did not tell you that this is Warhammer or this is Starcraft, if I showed you nothing, you would be forgiven for thinking, is this a Warhammer trailer? Still cool though. Jesus, that's a buff boy. That dude has muscles on his fucking muscles, bro. Dude, if old Blizzard, not new Blizzard, Mads, not new Blizzard, but imagine if old Blizzard, Chris Metzen era Blizzard, made a Warhammer 40k game, dude. Just fucking imagine what that would have looked like. It would have been disgustingly good. Here we go. This is really cool though. Fuck.
All Marines prepare to drop.
Okay, I'm not gonna lie. This is sort of Blizzard may have copied the idea, but this cinematic 100% copied this cinematic. Like, everything is the same. Like, the way they step into the boots at the same time, the gun right at the end there. Like, Warhammer just basically went, you know what? Fuck you for stealing our idea. We'll just steal your trailer. Fuck it. It is cool, but it's sort of like, Blizzard first went and said, you know what, fuck you, 40k. We'll take the idea and make a really cool cinematic out of it. And then 40k went and said, nah, fuck it, bro. We'll just steal the trailer right back. You know, it's ours now.
Hell, it's about time.
Yep. Yeah, pretty much. Dude, Starcraft have had so much potential. So much fucking potential. And it all just disappeared. What's this one? The official update trailer.
So working on a Warhammer 40,000 license, especially Space Marine 2, is an amazing honor, and I'm very excited about it. There are millions of people that love this franchise.
Yep.
And one of the scary things about this franchise is that there are millions of people that love this franchise.
True.
We didn't just want to create...
The thing is, he's saying that, but does he actually believe it? Is this just another one of those corporate AAA bullshit speak things where, oh yeah, there's millions of people loving this game. The scary thing is there's millions of people loving this game. Realizing that... So the problem that I have with 40k is 40k have effectively become what EA has done to Star Wars. Star Wars is a license to print money. Anyone that has the Star Wars IP could effectively make as much money as they fucking want, because every single time there is a Star Wars game that comes out, all the nerds are gonna go play it. I feel like the same is true for 40k. Every single time there's a game that comes out for 40k, I can imagine the 40k nerds are like, fuck yes, and I'm now one of those nerds, so I'm also going fuck yes. The issue is not a lot of companies realize that there's a responsibility that comes with that. Yes, it's a license to print money, but that does not mean you get to make a shit game and just sort of pawn it off because who gives a fuck, right? Lord, by the way, thanks for the first time chat, dude. Really appreciate that. Here's the problem with 40k. It's the milk cow, so no one really wants to experiment or do anything special. They should just fucking do all the special things. What's this about? The Games Workshop business model. Easy to understand, short vid, not in depth. All right, I'm going to pause this, Stolly. We'll watch this in a minute. I want to watch this first.
Any third-person shooter. We wanted to create a game that embodied the galactic warfare that you come to know from this franchise. It is a passion piece for all of the people working at Saber. You know, these are people who've read the novels for years, who've played the games, and so nobody has higher expectations than us.
I'm playing physically what amounts to like a super galactic space warrior. You know, these guys are 2.5 meters tall. They're probably about 500 pounds before you even put the armor on top of them, and their armor, it's ginormous. How do you recreate that? And then you see it, and you know, suddenly I am 2.5 meters tall, and it's pretty amazing.
Most human beings in this world will never see a Space Marine. They're the stuff of legends. They're known as the angels of death. His angels. When one appears on the battlefield, it's like seeing an angel of God.
Well, Titus, he's been there, done that.
It's not like seeing an angel of God. It is seeing an angel of God, considering that every single person in the Imperium believes the Emperor to be a god, right? Mayor, thanks for the follow. Really appreciate that. Welcome to the channel. Thank you, thank you, thank you.
Seen more than all the other Ultramarines. He's an apex predator. Yeah, everything he does with purpose, everything with intention, everything with extreme power.
People who've read the books will have expectations about how Space Marines fight, and so that's been our guiding principle behind the gameplay that we created. One of my favorite parts of the trailer release at the Game Awards was watching the feedback that people gave afterwards, and I saw all this excitement over just a tiny few snippets of gameplay, and I just kept thinking, wait till you see what we got for you. Wait till you see what's next.
Yeah, wait till you see what's next. Until you've paid, and then we can let you down. Dude, it is a sad state of affairs that now, whenever there's a new fucking game that comes out, you listen to what the developers are saying, and then there's this voice in the back of your head that just goes, so how much of that is just absolute fucking bullshit? Like, how much of this is real? And how much of this am I going to play the game and realize, wow, this is definitely not what I was promised? If you see a Space Marine, that planet is probably on the brink of fucked. Oh, shit. We'll see. We'll see. I'm looking forward to Space Marine 2. Not going to lie. I haven't played Space Marine 1, so I should probably play Space Marine 1. So, yeah, that's probably going to happen. Especially since we waited over a decade. Now, before I even watch this video. So, according to this video, according to Stolly, who told me about the video, and now we're going to watch it, the business model for Warhammer is different to almost all other companies. I want to say right off the bat, I don't give a fuck. If your business model is books and sort of tabletop models and shit like that, fine, then don't make video games. But if you're gonna stop making video games, then those games need to be good. And what I feel, and this is someone that's speaking from the outside, so I don't play the games myself. I have never played a Warhammer game except for Total War, which is fantasy, so it doesn't count for the 40k universe. But what I feel when I look at some of the games, and specifically, so I did a while ago, I looked at all of the 40k games on Steam, and almost all of them have mixed reactions. Like there's Dawn of War 1, very positive. I think actually it's overwhelmingly positive, if I'm not mistaken. Lunabal, how you doing? Dawn of War 2, I believe, is also positive. Dawn of War 3 is mixed. Then you have like a shit ton of Warhammer games, and I mean an absolute disgusting amount of Warhammer games, and almost all of them mixed reactions. Fantasy has very good reactions because they have the Total War series, and I believe Vermintide is also fantasy. It's just, why would you let an IP like this, an IP that could literally fucking pull millions, if not billions of dollars, if you did it right, why would you give this license to companies that can't make those games? Why not give the fucking IP to a company that can actually make the fucking games? Like, give the IP to Blizzard, or yeah, give it to Blizzard if you need to. Give the IP to even Ubisoft, or any of these companies would probably be better than whatever the fuck the games are that we get right now out of most of these. And it also seems like there's an unholy, like, adherence to just doing the same type of game over and over again. Namco, when I say Blizzard, I mean old Blizzard, not new Blizzard, old Blizzard. So when Mike Morhaime still ran the company. On a different topic, I'd recommend the Warframe cinematic trailer. We can watch that as well. But let's quickly see here. So the Warhammer license, again, did Games Workshop gamble work?
Previously on Extra Credits, we talked about the unusual approach that Games Workshop was taking in licensing out their IP to different studios. This new strategy of theirs seemed like it would either revive the struggling company or fail spectacularly. Well, a year has now passed, and just a few weeks ago, James came to a realization. Every single game he was in the middle of playing was based on some Games Workshop IP. So I guess we better look at Warhammer again.
Okay.
We learned two things from James's accidental delve into the Warhammer universe. First, an intervention might be in order. But second, well, basically that their plan worked. That the way Games Workshop has been licensing their IP seems to have been successful. So let's look at what they did and try to figure out why it worked. Just to recap though, what was this bold...
I do not disagree with you, Kalmeda, but I do disagree with the companies. So yes, you're absolutely correct. Short-term gains for most of these companies mean everything. But long-term gains is what's important. So if I made video games and I manage to get the Warhammer IP, I would make sure that I make the best fucking game that have ever existed. Like, I would go balls to the wall, make this game amazing. Why? Because then I can make a second one, and I can make a third one, and I can make a fourth one. I can literally start printing fucking money for my company. Because I can tell you, as a YouTuber, all I'm doing is I'm reacting to people's videos about 40k, and I'm getting crazy views. The channel that I react on, just to put this into perspective for you, the channel that I am putting those videos on doesn't even have 10k views. Every single one of those videos are well over 30k views already. So I've 3x'd the amount of subscribers that I have in terms of viewers. So it's so fucking clear that the Warhammer community is so hungry for content, even if it means watching the same fucking content they've seen a million times before, just watched by someone else. They just want something. So if you made a good game, motherfucker, the gamers would drop to their knees and suck your dick, bro. Like, for free, they would suck your dick if you just made a good fucking game. Brame, thanks for the Prime sub, did really appreciate that. 6 months in a row. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Really appreciate that.
Plan that Games Workshop had to license
Final
out
Fantasy
their
does come
worlds.
to mind, yes.
Basically, they licensed their IP to anybody with a pulse and a machine capable of compiling code. On
Yep.
its face, you can see how that might turn out very, very poorly. This could have ended in a mountain of bad games that sunk the value of their IP for years.
Yes.
But that didn't happen. They not only got a host of decent games like Blood Bowl and Battlefleet Gothic Leviathan and Warhammer Quest, but they also actually got a handful of really quality games like Mordheim and Vermintide and Total Warhammer, which, by the way, that is what that game is called. Don't anyone dare try to tell me it isn't. But okay, why did this work? Well, first of all, not all of the licensed Games Workshop...
So he is kind of linking Warhammer Fantasy and Warhammer 40k here, which I'm not entirely sure I think you can do, because the community for those two games is very different. So just in my Discord, I have 2 mods that prefer Fantasy over 40k by a mile. Right? The one actually plays tabletop fantasy and also prefers it. Doesn't know much about the 40k universe, nor do they care. And I'm assuming that most 40k fans do not give 2 fucks about the fantasy world. So when you're looking at these games, I think it's prudent to look at them as 2 different IPs. Even though technically, yes, they fall kind of in the same IP because they're both Warhammer games and they are controlled by the exact same company. But I do not believe that it's... I don't think you can say they ended up with a bunch of really good games and then you mention a shit ton of fantasy games and then a couple of 40k games. Because the complaint from players, and specifically 40k fans, have never been that there aren't good Warhammer games. The complaint that I've seen on almost all of the forums is, why are there good fantasy games and absolutely balls 40k games? Like, why the fuck why does Games Workshop not care about the 40k universe? Because it seems like they do care when it comes to fantasy. Like, those games are actually given to companies that know what the fuck they're doing and that actually makes good games. But then the 40k universe feels like they just go, yeah, fuck it, take it, right? As long as you can pay them, everyone's happy.
Games were hits, but I'm guessing you don't really remember those. You're probably aware of at least a few of the pretty good games I mentioned before, but what about Snotling Fling, Doomwheel, Storm of Vengeance? If any of those do ring a bell, I'd bet you haven't given any of those games thought in a very, very long time. And that is by design. The first key to the Games Workshop shotgun approach to licensing seems to be sub-licensing. Sub-licensing is the fine art of taking a big property and breaking off all the little things that you might conceivably license from it as separate IPs. Often this is done in broad strokes, like how the Silmarillion is technically a different license than the Lord of the Rings, or how all the Marvel characters were licensed separately and often to different studios, at least until Disney consolidated them. But the folks at Games Workshop are going buck wild with this. If you look at those subpar games that I listed before, notice how 2 of those are licenses for just a single Warhammer unit. One solitary unit from a game with literally hundreds of them. That is like taking the Lord of the Rings license and breaking off the Farmer Maggot character in—
Dude, that is fucking disgusting. Princess Milena, how you doing? That is a little disgusting. Like, you just wait and say, okay, we have different types of rocks in our game. Every single one of these rocks are now licensed. If you want to use a rock, you gotta have to fucking pay the license for it, bro. Fuck you. I'm gonna go out on a limb and say Games Workshop is a little bit fucking scumbag. To be fair, they have made one of the greatest— I would go out on a limb and say one of the greatest fantasy universes in the history of the world. And I do include that alongside things like Star Wars, Star Trek, and Lord of the Rings. And Dune even, for that matter. And it holds up against all of those. It is incredibly good. But their business sense is fucking disgusting.
into his own solo license for some studio to try to build a game around. It's kind of brilliant in a way, because if you look at all the Warhammer brand games that have come out, it appears that Games Workshop gives the really small, inconsequential licenses to studios that they aren't 100% confident in. That way, if the studio blows it, well, then Games Workshop just lets that game quietly vanish into obscurity, and their brand doesn't take that much of a hit. But if I were to wager a guess, I would bet that they tell all of those studios that if they nail it, they'll be given a meteor piece of the Warhammer license next time. And this allows Games Workshop to try studios out, embracing the successes and leaving the failures to wither.
Yeah, but you're making it harder for those fucking studios to actually work. In Prismarina, one word, very hyped. Like, hyped. Really hyped for Dragonflight so far. It's disgusting. Because by breaking up your game in so many different types of IPs, you are effectively hamstringing anyone that is trying to make a fucking game, right? Because let's say, for example, I want to make a game about the orcs, right? But now I'm a small company, so I can only really afford to maximum pay $500,000 or $1 million. But that's what I can pay maximum for an IP. Now, I could go to a lot of different games or companies and get an IP from them in order to make their game, right? I go to Games Workshop and I'm like, hey, I really want to make a game from you guys. So can I get an IP for, let's say, this era? And they're like, no, you can't get an IP for this era. We'll give you an IP for the orcs, and that's going to be $1 million. But then you can't put Space Marines in there. You can't put this, or this. Tyranids won't go in there. You can basically only make a fucking game about the orcs. It's like, yeah, but I can't make a game about the orcs because, well, I need all of these other things in order to actually make a good game. Like, now, well, fucking pay us more. So, yeah, but what? So you are effectively making it impossible for even an indie company or a smaller company to make a good game because you're telling them they can't put all of the things in the game unless, of course, they have just shit tons of money and they can pay the IPs for that.
Without much cost.
Yam times, you bastard. Thanks for the Prime sub. Really appreciate that. Welcome to the most degenerate chat on Twitch. Thank you. You're far too kind, bro.
So that's what's happening with the small licenses. The medium-sized ones go to teams that Games Workshop knows can deliver, but they aren't mega studios. These mid-size licenses might be something chunky, like a Space Marine chapter, but just as often there'll be some expansion or a spin-off that has its own unique feel. These are your Blood Bowls and your Vermintides. This allows Games Workshop to get a variety of products without those games competing too much with each other mechanically or thematically. And then the core licenses, 40K and Warhammer Fantasy Battle, those go to the AAA studios who are...
Is that why? Dark the Wizard, by the way, thanks for the first time chat, dude. So that's why the expansions exist. If the game does reasonably well, they'll purchase another IP so they can make another fucking expansion out of it. Dude, it is such a convoluted fucking system. Super Sideswiper, how you doing, brother? I'm hoping that Final Fantasy will be back next week. I'm hoping. Don't keep me to it, but if everything works out the way that I hope it will, We should have some days next week where we'll play some Final Fantasy XIV. That's at least the plan for right now. I just think, dude, I'm sorry. I'm just flabbergasted. This entire thing, it's just so bonkers to me that you have a business model like this. Why would you ever have a business model this convoluted? Why? It doesn't make fucking sense. Yes. So Shadowbringers, if all goes well, we should reach Shadowbringers by next week. By the end of next week, we should be in Shadowbringers.
We're able to go big and make stuff like Total Warhammer and Dawn of War. We should also talk about Games Workshop's marketing approach, though, because they know that the popularity of their IP will automatically create some initial visibility for all of these games, without heavy marketing investment. And that allows them to wait and see how a title is initially received before investing more money marketing it. You'll notice that almost all of their low and mid-tier licenses, they don't seem to get much of a push unless they look like they're gonna do really well. And even then, that push comes way later in the cycle than usual, sometimes not until after launch. Moreover, that push comes through Games Workshop's existing marketing channels, like their stores or their magazine, and not through Games Workshop spending any additional money. This allows them to save their marketing muscle for the titles they know are good, or at least the ones they know are going to appeal to their audience, and they let the rest just quietly slide into oblivion. Because the Warhammer licenses are just that darn huge and widely known, this approach seems to be working. And actually, let's talk about that IP.
The funny thing is, it would work better if they took an approach similar to what Wizards of the Coast do. Necro, how you doing, brother? So Wizards of the Coast, I think we can argue a very similar kind of company to Warhammer, to Games Workshop, right? Also, tabletop, although less in the models, more in just the board game version of tabletop, but very similar, right? This is where they had their start, a lot of books, a lot of tabletop stuff, you know, official dice, official fucking cards, and all the rest of it. But, so I've had the opportunity to speak to someone that works at Larian Studios. This was a brief conversation. They literally reached out to me on Twitter. For Larian Studios to get the license to actually make Baldur's Gate 3, it took, I think, almost 2 years of convincing. Because basically, they have to come up with the idea, and then Wizards of the Coast need to approve the idea. Then Wizards of the Coast gives you the slice of the IP that you asked for, right? So where do you want this game to take place? This is Baldur's Gate, so the game will take place in the Baldur's Gate version of their world. Now, from there, every single time you write a chapter to the story, that has to be submitted to Wizards of the Coast because they will have to read through it, make sure that all of the lore in there adds up and that it is official canon, because every single game shapes the official canon of the world. So they can literally they can veto chapters. If you put something in there that they are not comfortable with, they'll just veto it. So it takes years to actually develop a game set in the Wizards of the Coast universe because they're so fucking hands-on. This means less games, sure. There's not as many Baldur's Gate, Neverwinter Nights, Icewind Dale kind of games out there. But what it does mean is when a game does come out, it is fucking fantastic. It is just always fucking fantastic. I think you would make more money with that approach.
The advantages things like Fantasy Battle and 40K have is that they are incredibly fleshed out properties. Between the games, the books, the game books, and the miniatures, Games Workshop IP has hundreds of characters and locations at their disposal, all of them packed with detail and flavor, and with a lot of established mechanics. This pre-existing depth not only gives Games Workshop the ability to sub-license down to the micro level like they do, but also provides a detailed blueprint for any company working with their IP, which reduces the risk of companies producing conflicting or disjointed games under those licenses. More than that, though, this pre-existing depth also provides an interesting
I'm pretty sure I saw a forum post from someone complaining about, was it Warhammer 40k Mechanicus? Something Mechanicus. It's one of the games in the 40k universe. And someone there was a massive post about how they fucked up some like crucial part of the Mechanicus lore. The entire forum post on Reddit was just them basically laying out how fucked up the lore is in that game. So this blueprint doesn't seem to always fucking work.
Reinforcing effect to their shotgun-style licensing. Having such a broad and robustly built-out set of universes means that each game can serve as a rabbit hole leading towards the others. It's a lot like the Marvel Universe effect. Each product introduces you to and gets you excited about some of the others. But the final piece of this puzzle is IP quality control. Not game quality control, mind you, quality control of the IP itself. The quality of the games may vary pretty wildly, but IP quality control helps to ensure that everything published under that IP stays true to that IP. And Games Workshop is very good at this. I think GW probably realized very early on that they had neither the capacity nor the resources to micromanage every one of these projects into being good. But what they did have was a...
How can you say they do not have the capacity or the resources? I'm pretty sure Games Workshop does just fine. I think financially Games Workshop is doing pretty well. I don't think they're strapped for fucking cash. So how can you say they do not have the resources to micromanage things, to actually be involved in projects? I do not agree.
A large number of people who are very intimately familiar with the worlds and the lore of their own tabletop games. And when you look at the slew of Warhammer titles that have come out, it looks like Games Workshop is putting that strength to use. Because even the bad Warhammer games still have that proper Warhammer flavor. Games Workshop may not be able to control the quality of all those games, but they almost certainly asked for final approval on how everything looked and felt. And this means that even when people hated one of those licensed games, that hate is much less likely to transfer over to actual Games Workshop products. Heck, if they're lucky, anybody who plays a bad Games Workshop licensed product will say to themselves, well, that was disappointing. I want to play a good game set in this universe. All of which leads to more sales for their core games, more people knowing about their universe, and the value of their...
Stolly, that's not true. You do not need a department of game developers in order to understand whether or not the game works. You would literally just need people to actually play the game and be like, no, this is not how we envision the game to be. You just need someone to accept the scripts and make sure that the story works and that the lore works and make sure that it is actually a relatively good game. You could do this by just hiring a QA team if needs be, right? Enough letdowns and I just need to stay away from the universe for a while, then come back and paint minis. So how many of you have been burnt by a Warhammer game in the past? How many of you in chat have bought a Warhammer game, really hyped for it, only to go, fuck my life? I wonder how high that number is for a lot of you. Dawn of War 3, never played Warhammer? So the last one is Dawn of War 3 for a lot of people. So why was Dawn of War so bad? What made it so bad?
IP increasing. So it would seem that this shotgun approach to licensing, where even the smallest dev has a chance at working with a tiny splinter of this major IP, it can be effective. It requires some very specific variables from the company and from the IP itself, so it's not an option for most companies, but it does mean that for a company like Games Workshop, licensing exclusively to AAA companies for enormous fees isn't the only option anymore. We'll see you next week.
Doesn't even need to be AAA studios. It could just be smaller studios. Like Larian Studios have the IP for Baldur's Gate, and they are by no means a massive fucking studio. If you put them against something like Ubisoft, they barely register. And yet they still got the IP and they're doing a fucking bang-up job with it. Gladius, that's the one, Nubatron. I tried Gladius and I hated it. I fucking hated Gladius. It just did not feel like a good game whatsoever. A bit between parts of the gameplay combined with small faction choice. Evans, how you doing, brother? So, yeah, I don't have a problem with the video. I just do not agree with Games Workshop. But it feels like I'm not alone on that. It feels like a lot of Warhammer fans feel the same way about Games Workshop. Yeah, but Stolly, it still shouldn't be this way. Dude, I genuinely believe that greed is going to kill the gaming industry. Its own greed is going to become a massive fucking problem. Soon. Very soon. Buggy, it will be on release? Alcat got Warhammer 40k game cooking? What do you mean? Who the fuck is Owlcat? Or Bobby Kantik? Well, yeah, but Bobby Kantik is just another version or an element of the machine, the greed machine that is corporate gaming. Guild Wars' worst enemy is Guild Wars was... Games Workshop's worst enemy is Games Workshop's worst enemy. They're going way too corporate with the company. But it's because everyone and their mother now think only in short-term gains. They don't think long-term. They don't think about the philosophy and the legacy that they're leaving behind. They think about how much can I make right now? And then that's all they care about, is how much can I make in the short run. I don't really give a fuck about the long run here. Oh, yeah, I heard about that. I actually think we watched the trailer of that. Oh, I know what I want to watch, guys. Rogue Trader is one that I'm really looking forward to. Isn't that the Pathfinder one, though? I think Rogue Trader is the Pathfinder guys. Yeah, we actually saw that, and I am looking forward to that. That does look like a really cool fucking game. An absolute swag trailer, by the way. God, this is... Oh my God. Apocalypse. I'm gonna watch this. If only to get you off my fucking dick about Warhammer Online. So, Apocalypse, by the way, one of the mods of the channel, love you. But he has this weird obsession with Warhammer Online. Even though no one plays Warhammer Online. I mean, the game is fucking dead, basically, at this point. Who gives a shit, right? But, yeah, there's this weird obsession with Warhammer Online that I do not understand. Like, there are so many games that you can be obsessed with. Why would you be obsessed with this one?
War is everywhere. The dwarves fight a desperate battle against the savage greenskins. The Empire is under siege by the marauding armies of chaos. And across the great ocean, the Dark Elves assault Ulthuan, the island home of the High Elves.
All right. Fuck, sorry. Sorry. All right, never mind. I do apologize, guys. We'll do it again. We'll do it again. My bad. But you guys have already fucking seen this.
War is
right?
everywhere. The dwarves fight.
Like, do you really need to see the video? I'm pretty sure all of you have already seen the cinematic. You just want to see me react, and reacting in full screen would work, right?
A desperate battle against the savage greenskins. The Empire is under siege by the marauding armies of
that makes
chaos.
sense.
And across the great ocean, the Dark Elves assault Ulthuan, the island home of the High Elves. Faced with certain doom, elves, men, and dwarves have united their forces to form an alliance of order.
Very loud,
Should
Bat.
they fail, the forces of destruction will conquer all.
Huh. Okay.
This is the dawn of a new age.
Big war.
An age where the fate of nations will be forged in the fires of war. This is the age of reckoning.
Does fantasy have a version of Exterminatus or not? What do you do in fantasy if you get corrupted by the warp, by the chaos gods? You see, that's the thing. Like, how can you be a cool fucking game if you don't even have Exterminatus, bro? I'm sorry, but that's just bullshit. What the fuck is he doing? Peace. Wait, was he sitting inside its mouth? What the fuck? Alright, I guess that works. Alright. Peace, bro. Hey, it's Sylvanas. Are the orcs... Why are the orcs fighting on the side of chaos? In fantasy, are the orcs and chaos one, or are these just orcs that's been... that fell to chaos? Well, get fucking raped. Oof. Oh, shit. I want to be on her side. Fucking hell. Here we go. Oh, would you look at that? Jesus. Why are they retreating? I thought they were winning. Well, hello there. Oh, never mind. They're not retreating. Huh. All right, I'm not gonna... This was cool. This was definitely a cool cinematic. Keras, Fate Weaver. Good luck seeing a modern character that looks like that. When's the last time you played Final Fantasy? Because I would say good luck getting a modern female character in a Western game to look like that. Not when it comes to the East, bro. Like, the East, all their female characters look like that. Like, they do not give a fuck about making their females look fucking hot, bro. So, yeah, I would say that's only a Western problem here. Take this bird as a gift. Kind of wish FF had elves like that. When's the last time Final Fantasy got a new race, though? Vishy, real quick, can I explain the bits you missed? What bits? Yo.
So, the reason why orcs were on the side of chaos in that was because two-faction game, right? They wanted order versus destruction, but it's set in the end times where the forces of destruction were banded together by Archaon the Everchosen, who united all four Chaos Gods into the biggest assault on the Empire of Man they'd ever seen. And they win in the end, canonically. But that's why the orcs, the dark elves, and the chaos are all banded together against high elves, dwarves, and humans.
Wait. So the dark elves also joined this guy that united all of the chaos gods?
Yeah, so basically what happened was in the game, it takes a slightly different approach than the actual end times. Like in end times, Archaon the Everchosen was the one that united them. In the game, it's Char Zanuck is the big horned guy that summoned the big bird.
Okay.
But that's because of certain licensing rights. And he was meant to just be a champion of chaos. And what he did was he went to Malekith, the leader of the Dark Elves, and said, "Hey, do you want to come join the war with me?" And Malekith said, "Well, why the fuck would I do that?" And he said, "Well, we're going to win. We're going to take over the world." And so Malekith was like, "Okay, I'll do that just to piss on the High Elves. I don't care about the dwarves. I don't care about the humans. I literally just want to piss on the High Elves because
Seems
they
legit.
took his being the Phoenix King." Different story. We'll probably get into that another point once I get you hooked into fantasy, because it will happen.
I'm pretty sure it won't. I would watch a lot of fantasy stuff, but I'm still gonna be a 40k Andy before I'm a fucking fantasy
True.
Andy.
But this is what I was saying earlier, is that 40k fans don't care about the fantasy side. Fantasy fans don't care about the 40k side. Warhammer fans care about both because they both enrich each other. Stories in fantasy echo into 40k, and stuff you learn in 40k give you a lot of perspective on the stuff that happens in fantasy. So I will get you there. It will absolutely happen. But the reason the orcs joined the crusade was because it was a fight. That's literally what Char Zanuck did. He went to the leader of the orcs and said, "Hey, do you want to come fight with us?" And the orc war boss just went, "Yeah, point me at the right direction. I'll go have a fight."
Yeah, of course, that's what orcs do. Just let's fight. All right.
Yeah.
I can see why it's good. I still wouldn't play the fucking MMO because I've seen the graphics of the MMO.
No, you wouldn't, because you suck at PvP, so you wouldn't play a PvP-based MMO.
Exactly. Bashin, how you doing, brother? Thanks for the first time chat. Really appreciate that. Welcome to the channel, bro. Thank you. And also for the follow. Really appreciate that. And then also to Mr. Juicer. Thanks for the follow. Really appreciate it. And I think Pixel, did I say thank you for the follow? I can't remember. But thank you anyways for that one. Yeah, I hate PvP. Not going to lie to you. I don't like PvP games.
But they have actually fixed the game a little bit for the PvE side. So if you actually did want the story of that setting, I do recommend giving it a try now. I wouldn't have recommended giving it a try back when I was playing it. 100%, not for story. But now they've actually fixed that side of things. So it might actually be something to give a try when Dragonflight sucks. Just to scratch that
Dragonflight
MMO.
sucks. Excuse me. Hold up. I'm not just going to let you fucking brush over that. when Dragonflight sucks?
I know what's coming. I've told you what's coming, even if you don't believe it. So when it happens, and when Dragonflight shits the fucking bed,
Yeah.
I'm gonna sit here and I'm gonna post you the link to Age of Reckoning or Return of Reckoning. And you're gonna give it a try, because there'll be nothing else to do.
The sunny side, you bastard. Thanks for the what's up, really appreciate that. Welcome to the most degenerate chat on Twitch. Thank you. I do not agree that Dragonflight is gonna suck. I actually think that Dragonflight is gonna be pretty good. That might be copium. I don't care, though. Everything seems to check out, at least right now. I think things are going the way that they're supposed to go. So we'll see. We'll see how it all plays out. But, I mean, even if WoW sucks, look, BFA sucked and Shadowlands sucked, and I still didn't play Warhammer Age of Reckoning.
That's because they hadn't fixed the story, and that's because you hadn't got into Warhammer by that point.
But you also
You
realize
are now going down the rabbit hole.
Yeah, but you also realize that I have Final Fantasy that I can play. Soon I will have Final Fantasy 16 that I can play. So I'm sure I can keep myself busy, you know? Plus, I will soon have Rogue Trader. Rogue Trader will come out. Space Marine 2 will come out. Those are set in the right universe, by the way. So we'll see. Maybe I changed my mind. I don't want to speak too quickly.
It's all the same universe, just a different time. And oh, dude, the comments on your video, they make me laugh so hard. We were talking about in the podcast yesterday, but they really do make me laugh so hard. I went back to look at your first Bricky video and read through some of the comments, and it's like,
your mic is cutting out so much.
Same universe.
Your mic is cutting out so much. I can literally not hear what you're saying.
Yeah, it do be like that occasionally.
Yeah, the mic is like, all I hear is that's literally all we hear at the minute. Mr. Juicer, how you doing, bro? Thanks for the first time chat. Really appreciate that. Dark Tide to come out. Oh, Dark Tide is also coming soon. There's so many games that I want to fucking play, dude. So many games that I want to play. But no, okay, I'll keep this. I'll tell you what, Apocalypse. I'll keep Age of Reckoning on the back burner. And, you know, maybe one day when I'm really fucking bored and I have nothing else to play, I'll give it a fucking go. And I'll see if I like it.
I recommend reacting to some more of Choya and Lawmaster Sotek videos first, before you actually give Return of Reckoning a try. Just because they're really good channels for the narrative side of things and the perspective side of things. They'll give you a lot of info real quick. And I guarantee you will get hooked into the lore.
Bastion TV, thanks for the 2 months up. Did really appreciate that. Welcome to the most degenerate chat on Twitch. You are far too kind, sir. Far too kind. Thank you. So, Apocalypse, chat wants to know, why are you so certain? So, effectively, a few questions here. But why are you so certain that Dragonflight is going to suck?
Stuff that we've spoken about on the podcast. So, shameless plug. Sign up to Patreon. Watch the Livecraft podcasts for the past, 2-3 months. And you'll find out everything.
No, but I mean, give them a short overview. Because we spoke during the podcasts. They're going to have to watch, all of the podcasts to get a full view. So give them a short overview of the main reason you don't agree.
TLDR of everything is that they're catering to a very vocal minority, and that never ends well. They've taken our peers to mean lore nerds. They're not the same thing. So anybody that's interested in the story is going to get pissed off. Anybody that's interested in the gameplay will still do fine, because let's face it, WoW does gameplay pretty well. Raids encounters are pretty good, dungeon encounters are pretty good, but it gets old real quick. And that's going to be the problem. You're going to get about a month, maybe 2 of 10.0, about a month of 10.1, and then about a week or 2 of 10.2 before you're bored.
So, just to be fair, though, that is sort of the average way in which I play World of Warcraft anyway, except when I'm raiding, which then I raid log for the rest of the time just to raid. So that would still be, in my opinion, very successful. It would be better than BFA, where I played for like 6 weeks at the start of BFA, quit until literally at the end when I came back to play 8.3. And then I did the same thing for Shadowlands, only I didn't come back
But let's be
for
fair, being
925.
fisted by Wolverine is better than BFA.
True, very true. Although I would say being fisted by Wolverine is perhaps slightly worse than BFA, but still better than Shadowlands, because I do think that Shadowlands was worse than BFA. The reason I disagree... Yeah?
You get fisted by a Wolverine,
Uh-huh.
and the spikes come out. You're dead, right? Like, you're not surviving that. So the suffering ends. BFA is going to continue having like ramifications and repercussions long into the next couple of X-Packs. So the suffering never ends. Therefore, I would rather get fisted by Wolverine.
So here's why I don't... I follow, I think, weirdly, the logic there, which probably doesn't say much about me. But anyways, nor does it say much that is the example that one of my mods decided to use. This channel really is just going down the fucking drain. And we used to be a Christian channel. But the reason I do not agree with the Dragonflight synopsis, or the reason you think Dragonflight is bad, is I'm like we spoke about literally this week on the podcast. I'm not convinced that Steve Denuser is wholly to blame for everything that went wrong for Shadowlands. The BFA lore was actually fine. I had very little issues with BFA's lore up until the end when they completely shafted N'Zoth. But up until that point, the lore in BFA was still kind of cool. Shadowlands was a complete fucking non-starter shit show. Dragonflight, like I said before, is the make or break. This is the one where we're going to learn how good or bad Denuser and his team actually is. So far, the gameplay looks sick. The world looks sick. They're doing a lot of things that I like about how they're approaching the open world and also the story world. And from all the spoilers that I've covered so far, I like it. It's not over the top. So far, they're not really fucking too much with old lore. They're sort of putting a lot of new lore into the game that can stand on its own and doesn't need to change too much of the old stuff. So I actually think that's fine. I obviously things can change, and I'll make the videos when they change. But for now, I do not necessarily agree
2 months
that it's
in,
as
just
bad.
immediately shit on WoW. But no, I mean, for me, I hope I'm wrong. I really do hope I'm wrong. And I hope that they knock it out of the park and they do really well.
Yeah.
However, Shadowlands was shit. I think everyone can agree, even if you're still playing it, Shadowlands is shit. 10.0 is the cut content of Shadowlands. Why would you expect that to be any better?
Because they cut it to make it better.
That doesn't necessarily work, does it, though?
That's what I'm believing. That's my story, and I'm fucking sticking to it.
See, this is why you should be an orc player. It's the power of belief, my friend. If enough people believe it's good, it will be good.
Well, by that notion, it would actually be good, because if enough orcs believe that the game was good, it would actually be a good game, right? Because that's how the orcs work.
Yeah.
They change reality with their belief systems. No, I'm personally excited for it. I think it's going to be good. We'll see, obviously, how things pan out. If it sucks, we'll just do more Warhammer reactions and play Final Fantasy XIV. I can fucking do that.
You had me at the first half, not gonna lie.
Yeah, but your hatred for Final Fantasy makes no fucking sense. Because
It really does.
No.
It's not a game. It's a series of cutscenes that you have to run towards. You don't get to play Final Fantasy XIV. You get to watch Final Fantasy XIV. And if that was the case, that's what you wanted to do, just put on Naruto, because it's the same storyline.
That's not
and play
true,
a better game.
though, because it does have gameplay. It's just the main storyline is the main storyline. But if you get to the raids, you get to the dungeons, you do PvP, Crystalline Conflict, or you do the deep dungeons, that's jam-packed with gameplay. It's just that the game.
Yeah, but if I'm gonna do PvP, I'm gonna play a PvP game. If I'm gonna do PvE, I'm gonna do a PvE game. Like the games that exist do the gameplay parts of Final Fantasy XIV better than Final Fantasy XIV, and if that's what you're playing it for, go play the better version. If you're playing it for the story, again, just watch the story done better because you're just watching it anyway,
I do
and
not
it's all
agree.
voice acted. You don't have to run to the next episode. You
I
just
do
play
not.
next episode. You're done.
I do not fucking agree in any way, shape, or form with anything you just said there about Final Fantasy. Not even fucking close. I
That's
think
because you're an indoctrinated weeb, and
No,
we will teach you the way.
I
You are
think it's
succumbing to the
because,
warp, and the forces of chaos will get you in the end.
dude, I think it's because you have an unhealthy hate boner for Final Fantasy. I don't know what girlfriend it was that liked Final Fantasy and then shat on your dick while you were doing anal or some shit like that. But someone put you off, right? Something big happened.
I've played more Final Fantasy than you have, my friend.
And something happened. Literally, fucking proving my point there. Maybe you were playing Final Fantasy as your girlfriend left you, and then you were like, fuck this game, fuck my life, and now you just hate the game for some reason. But if you were honest,
It's just
you
bad.
would know that it's a great game.
It's not. I envy the people that find it fun. I really do. I envy the people that enjoy it because it's that Simpsons episode, right, where Homer gets the crayon removed from his brain and he becomes like super smart, and then he's like, "Actually, this sucks. I hate this. Put the crayon back in my nose. I want to be a dumb sheep, dude. I really fucking do.
Yeah.
But I can think for myself, and the game is just bad, objectively bad."
I do not agree. And there are millions of people around the world that do not agree that it is objectively bad. It is subjectively bad for you. The thing is, there's no such thing as an objectively bad game unless it is hated the world over by every single fucking player. Since there is no such games that exist, you can't make the argument that it is an objectively bad game. Because there are people that fucking love that game. I, for one, prefer the combat in Final Fantasy to the combat in World of Warcraft. I realize many people do not agree. Many people feel like the combat in WoW is much better. I do not think that that's the case. It's smoother.
What combat? Put ley lines down, run away from ley lines, don't do damage. That's not combat. That's you running away from your mechanic.
Dude, no. I run away from the ley lines only when I have to because the boss is going to fucking smack me if I don't. But that's still gameplay. You're still playing the game. You're pushing the buttons. You're doing DPS. You have to dodge the mechanics from the boss. I like the way that Final Fantasy is approaching it because it's different. It's worlds different to what World of Warcraft does. But at the end of the day, that's kind of what was needed. Every other MMO, every single...
very different.
Let me put it this way. It's interesting that Final Fantasy succeeded where almost every other MMO have failed. And I think the reason Final Fantasy succeeded where almost every other MMO failed is every other MMO went the direction of trying to challenge WoW on all of the things that WoW do well. Whereas Final Fantasy went and they said, right, we'll copy WoW on all of the things that they do well, but we're also going to go in a completely different direction in the things that WoW does brilliantly. So in terms of combat, we went completely different. We have a different style of combat, different style of champion design, different style in every single way, shape, or form. We have the tab targeting system, but again, very different to how World of Warcraft implements it and how it plays in World of Warcraft. And ultimately, I feel like that's the thing. That's the magic. Because when you play normal MMOs, so when I go... and I tried plenty of MMOs in my life. When I played Guild Wars 2, for example, right when it launched, and I played Rift right when it launched. The problem with those games were they were very similar to WoW, but they weren't WoW. So I very quickly got bored and just went back to WoW because, well, fuck, if I'm going to play a game that's kind of like WoW, I may as well just play WoW. Now, I haven't played Guild Wars since it's been completely reworked and revamped and a new type of game. But Final Fantasy doesn't try to be WoW. Therefore, I don't get I'm not in the mood to play WoW when I'm playing Final Fantasy because I'm not reminded constantly of the fact that I'm basically just playing a watered down version of World of Warcraft. It is its own thing. Now, you don't like that, and that's fine. I just don't think you can make the claim that it is objectively a bad game. I think gaming is way too fucking subjective for that.
I mean, from a pure metric standpoint, right? So, engagement through the story. You don't do anything in the story. It's cutscenes. You're just kind of present for it. And that was an argument and an issue you had with Shadowlands, is that you were just kind of present for the story. So, therefore, it should be the same issue you have in Final Fantasy.
No, because there's a major
gameplay
difference.
itself is so sparse and sporadic that it's I don't know, like you said, if you're gonna play a watered down version, just go play the actual version. And like I said, each individual element of Final Fantasy is done better elsewhere.
I do not agree. And also, just quickly want to say, those two criticisms, the criticism of Shadowlands and how you're just a passenger for the story, is not the same as Final Fantasy, because you're not keeping in mind what I meant when I spoke about World of Warcraft Shadowlands. In Shadowlands, you are a visitor watching a painting, and a series of paintings at that. So the NPCs are the ones drawing the painting. You just get to see the end result. So they send you off to go do a chore. You come back and boom, the painting's done. Congratulations. In Final Fantasy, you are part of every single stroke. So you are the one pushing the story forward. You are included in the story as it goes. So yes, you do run from cutscene to cutscene in Final Fantasy, but they have wholly embraced that game design element and said, right, you are just running around and you are just collecting stories. But that's kind of what you would do anyways. If you were solving a bunch of problems in the real world that different people may have, you would go and talk to them and you would speak about the problems that you have, which is realistic in that sense. But you are part of the solution. It's not like you're just seeing the solution play out and everyone else is coming up with the fucking solutions and you're just kind of... So here's, I think, the biggest difference between WoW and Final Fantasy and why that criticism doesn't work. If you remove the player from World of Warcraft, the story is completely and wholly unaffected. Like, Shadowlands plays out the way that it plays out with or without the player character. Final Fantasy, if you remove the player character, there is no story. Because you are the story.
I mean, that's not entirely true, because I am not a player. I have been removed from the game. Game still happens. You haven't finished Endwalker, and yet the Endwalker story still happens.
No, but that is...
If you
Wait, you're...
Oh, yeah, the story still happens.
No, but you're sort of ignoring the actual argument and just going, nah, the story still happens. But that's not the argument.
You could have an actual effect on the end of the story, then I would agree with you. But
no, but even if you don't have...
point, can't have that.
Yeah, but that's not... That you are trying to force an argument here that cannot work. Because technically speaking, that's not what we're saying. Of course, the story is still happening because there are other people that are playing it and they get to see the story. I am not the one that determines the pace of the game. The game is determined by every single person playing their own game. But what we are talking about from a story perspective is, in World of Warcraft, you are effectively reading a book, right? You're not a character in the game that really matter. You're reading a book and they're just showing you the different pages of the book. In Final Fantasy, you are the book. You have to be the one to turn over the page. You have to be the one to initiate events and occurrences throughout the world. You are an integral part of that story. Without you, there is no story. Without the Warrior of Light, there literally is no story, because every story starts and usually ends with you having a hand in it. So I don't agree with that argument at all. But then again, like I said, it's a subjective thing. Everyone's going to like different things. There might even be people that like Dawn of War 3,
No, No, that is an objectively bad game. Like that is
But
just absolute trash.
but if you go on Steam and you look for it, it is I think mixed. Let me just make sure. Let me just go here. Let's just do a quick Warhammer search. Dawn of War. Is it even on here? Warhammer Dawn of War 3, right? This is the one. Pretty sure it's mixed. So no, there are actually people that did not
What
mind
percentage is it?
Well, mixed is usually a 50-50, sort of mixed
So
weirdly.
paid bots and real people, easy.
So let's see the recommended ones. Not a bad game, just not as good as Dawn of War 1 and 2. Though not receiving a war reception upon release, Dawn of War 3 certainly is an enjoyable and polished experience. Looking back at it now, May 2022, I can scarcely remember why it got the backlash that it did. Certainly it is different from other installments from the franchise, but not so much as I didn't recognize. Looks good, that's about it. Still uses De Nouveau. Worst entry in the series, a soulless sequel made by committee to make a game for everyone and made the game for no one.
Looking back on it now, it's not as bad as I thought. Comment sums it up. Compared to the shit we have now,
yeah,
it's not a bad game, but objectively it is a bad game. But compared to what we have now, the bar has been set so fucking low that
this is true.
Even Shadowlands in the future will be seen as a good game, I'm sure.
Oh yeah, I mean, yes, the world of gaming have definitely been completely forgotten. Good games nowadays. I feel sad for young people who only now get into video games. Because what kind of games do they have? You know, they're not growing up with the great games of the past. They're not growing up with the Baldur's Gate 1s, the Baldur's Gate 2s, the Diablo 1s, the Diablo 2s. You know, even the Dragon Age 1. Mass Effect 1, 2, and 3. That's not the games that they're growing up with. You know, they're growing up with fucking Assassin's Creed 1 million. You know, now you're a Viking. You're not even a fucking assassin anymore. You're a Viking. And it's like, what the fuck, dude? Like, why am I not an assassin?
There's actually a conversation I had the other day with someone, is that people now are very spoiled and entitled when it comes to very certain things in games. Specifically for the context of this particular conversation, we'll talk graphics.
Mm-hmm.
People now coming up into the gaming sphere have COD, they have Cyberpunk, they have all of these high fidelity, almost ultra realistic games.
Yeah.
And yet they then can't enjoy something like Arcanum, Baldur's Gate, Dragon Age, because the graphics are just bad. I can't play it. This is awful.
True.
And I feel really bad for them because they're great games. 100% still maintain Arcanum is the best RPG story ever told, simply because your role, your actions do actually shape the game. You get a total of, I think, like 90 cards at the end of the game variations that like define how you finished the game and how you actually did. And none of them are wrong.
Mm-hmm.
You just get worse ones and better ones depending on what you're actually after. But the actual, like, the game itself, you can complete it by siding with the big bad at the end of the game. That is an RPG. That is a true meaning of choice game. You don't get that anymore.
I agree with you there. And I don't know if people in chat might be misunderstanding what Apocalypse is saying here, or maybe agreeing with him and I'm just misunderstanding what you guys are writing. But so what Apocalypse is saying is he's not saying that graphics are important. He's saying that people have put graphics, and I think when we're talking about people here, I would include also the developers of video games in the modern era.
Oh, absolutely.
They have put graphics as literally the be-all and end-all. It's like if you have a game that looks fantastic, it doesn't have to be good in any other fucking way, shape, or form. It just needs to, you know, look good, because that's what most of their money goes to. And it's sort of like you could have a game look, let's say, 50% worse than, say, for example, Cyberpunk, right? Cyberpunk looks fantastic. As a game, absolutely looks incredible. You could have a game that look 50% worse than Cyberpunk, but be 3 times as good. if you focus on the right things, focus on the gameplay, focus on the story, focus on the world, make sure that those things are important, I feel then graphics matter less and less and less.
Absolutely. Like, to TLDR, the argument and the point is that there's too much kind of emphasis put on a shiny, polished turd than eating a steak that was cut with a chainsaw. Like, the steak cut with a chainsaw is going to look like shit, but it's going to taste amazing. But the shiny, polished turd is going to look great and just be absolutely shit. And too many people will take the shiny, polished turd over the chainsaw steak, and it's sad. It really is.
Hi, but it's brilliant from the gaming industry. Like, they are
absolutely
brilliant. You want to know why? They are making sure that the next group of gamers, the next generation of gamers, grow up with very low expectations of what a good game actually looks like. So that when they get Diablo Immortal, they say things like, oh my god, it is a great Diablo experience. It's like,
I only have to pay $100,000 to play this game. It's a great game.
Dude, I'm not even talking about that, right? The people defending the fucking pay-to-win bullshit. I'm talking about people who actually go and say, this looks like a good Diablo game. And I'm like, for what era? Because it is basically a worse Diablo 3. Like, everything about that game is just Diablo 3, but not as good in terms of gameplay. So I'm not entirely sure when people say, oh my god, such a good Diablo experience. Yeah, if this was 10 years ago and, you know, Diablo 3 hadn't released yet, sure. But it's really nothing special. The game does nothing that Diablo 3 did not already do, and probably just much better. And then you add on top of that the amount of money that game fucking milks out of you. And it's sad that there are actually people that play it and do not understand. So I was actually talking to one of my brothers, and I was telling him about how disgusting Diablo Immortal is. And I'm sort of talking and just fucking rambling about the game. And he looks at me, and he's like, what's wrong? Like, you don't have to pay, so it's fine. I'm like, dude, so you see nothing wrong with a game costing $100,000 in order to be the best geared character that you can be? It's like, no, because, you know, it's optional. Like, but it's not optional, though, right? He's younger, by the way. So for him, this is kind of what he grew fucking up with, is this level of just absolute disgust. $400,000. Sorry. $400,000.
Price, has it gone up, is it? Fuck it.
Yeah. Well, yeah, the price, I think, is between 400 and 500 if you are very lucky. Like, if you are absolutely fucking lucky, it'll cost you between 400 and 500K to get all of the base gear. Now, what I want to do is talk to the fucking asshole that looked at that and thought to themselves, what a good idea. Because, dude, I don't care how greedy you want to be. That is a level of greed that is unmatched. No other game has ever been that fucking greedy ever. Period. Like, not even card games are that fucking greedy. Even in card games, you do not spend $500,000 fucking dollars in order to get all the best cards in the game. It's just because that's a level of money that most people would not make in a decade. That's like a level of money that it would take a decade for most people to get that amount of money. And that is if they buy nothing else, they just save all of their fucking cash. How do you okay that game? How do you end up with someone telling you that's how we're working with the monetization, and you go, oh, that sounds great. Let's do this. Sure. Does FIFA actually cost that much? I know FIFA costs a lot.
I don't know, dude. I know people have put a lot of money into FIFA for the loot boxes on those games.
Yeah, but $500K? I fucking doubt. You have no morals or a soul? Morality doesn't even come into it. Because these guys do not think that way. They don't think that there's anything wrong with it. They think that inflation will make money cheaper soon. That is quite copium. They continue to move all the money you spent. People have reached some new levels of financial irresponsibility. Yes, but I don't know how you fix that. Is there even a way to fucking fix that? By the way, I know what I want to watch. I know exactly what we're going to watch now. Because it's something that a lot of you have wanted me to watch for a fucking while. And we haven't watched it yet. I think it's called... Is it Emperor of Man Takes to Speech? Takes to Speech. Here we go.
The speech, yeah, you gotta watch that. And I will stop taking over your stream. Have a good one, and people, Prime save lives. If you've got Amazon Prime, throw a free sub at this fat guy so that he can pay his editors.
Oh, yeah.
Easy.
Easy life. Thank you very much for popping in, by the way, Apocalypse. Really appreciate it, bro. Oh, and the memes are gold here. Okay, but which one? Which one is it? Is it this? I think you'd understand more of this if you finished Luton's Emperor video. Mads, yes, but I really want to watch this though. And I've been reliably informed it doesn't even fucking matter. So how many of these does he have? Oh, they're very short. Although some of them are very long. Holy shit. Alright. Some of them are longer, some of them are shorter. But let's see. Is there still load shedding going? Is there a time limit for the stream? Cortexoid, about an hour from now is when we end the stream. Not load shedding, but I do have a lot of work to do. So, about an hour from now. You should play the Dawn of War game, starting with Dawn of War 1. We may do that. We may actually get into that. Let's see.
It is the 41st millennium. For more than 100 centuries, the Emperor of Mankind has sat immobile on the golden throne of Earth. He is the master of mankind by the will of the gods, and master of 1,000,000 worlds by the might of his inexhaustible armies. He is a rotting carcass, writhing invisibly with power from the dark age of technology. He is the carrion lord of the vast imperium of man, for whom 1,000 souls are sacrificed every day, so that he may never truly die. Yet even in his deathless state, the Emperor continues his eternal vigilance. Mighty...
Dude, I feel so fucking sad for the Emperor. I can't explain it. Maybe there's just stuff that I still miss. Maybe there's still stuff that I need to figure out. But I have this sadness for the Emperor that I fucking cannot explain. But it's just... to be kept alive in that state, it must be one of the most horrible ways to fucking live.
Battle fleets cross the demon-infested miasma of the warp, the only route between distant stars, their way lit by the Astronomicon, the psychic manifestation of the Emperor's will. Vast armies give battle in his name on uncounted worlds. Greatest among his soldiers are the Adeptus Astartes, the Space Marines, bioengineered super warriors. Their comrades in arms are Legion, the Imperial Guard and countless planetary defense forces, the ever-vigilant Inquisition and the tech priests of the Adeptus Mechanicus, to name only a few. But for all their multitudes, they are barely enough to hold off the ever-present threat to humanity from aliens, heretics, mutants, and far, far
Mutants?
worse.
I haven't heard anything about mutants yet.
To be a man in such times is to be one amongst untold billions. It is to live in the cruelest and most bloody regime imaginable. These are the tales of those times. Forget the power of technology and science, for so much has been forgotten, never to be relearned.
The Lich King isn't really stolen, Evans, from the Warhammer universe, because this is not really the Lich King can move. The Lich King isn't dead. So I don't think they stole that from Warhammer.
Forget the promise of progress and understanding, for in the grim, dark future, there is only war. There is no peace amongst the stars, only an eternity of carnage and slaughter, and the laughter of thirsting gods.
Let's hear the text-to-speak stuff, bro. Let's get some text-to-speak stuff going. Come on, baby. Here we go. Wait, something's weird. How are we already on season 2? I haven't even fucking seen season 1. I think this is where we have to start. This one. Yeah, there's a season 2 trailer.
I really do hope this works. Is everything prepared?
The text-to-speech device has been implemented, Custodian. It appears to be functioning properly, unlike your feeble flesh.
Most excellent! Our glorious Emperor will be capable of conversing with his loyal subjects once more.
Okay.
And I shall be the first to speak with him. Oh, I could just take off my... No! Calm down. I restrained myself for millennia. I will not let this legendary moment be ruined.
Why does he want to take off his armor? What the fuck?
Well, my divine lord, we have managed to implement a text-to-speech device to your glorious golden throne. Please, Lord, speak to us.
About fucking time.
At last! Our glorious lord can command us once again!
I have so many things to complain about. First of all, why do I only have a fucking glass eye on one of my eyes? Is that really necessary? And what is with these ultra spurts that I keep hearing about?
Wait, are you referring to the Ultramarines? Oh my lord, they are some of your greatest warriors.
Well, that certainly fucking explains it. It seems like their baby blue heraldry have earned them a most righteous nickname. For that matter, I always thought they looked terrible. Do they still have that fucking toilet seat as their insignia?
Well, yes, they do, my lord. They keep it to honor their Primark road governor.
Oh, well, alright then. I always thought he was the greatest of my 20 Primark sons.
Well, that's excellent, my
The
lord.
greatest little derivative pile of blueberry pudding pop fuckery that has ever glazed the surface of this shitty little galaxy. Is he still alive?
Barely. He was almost killed.
Who?
He's currently in status back in the Ultramarines' homeworld of a crowd.
Cut his...
Wait, who? Is that something I'm still gonna have to learn about?
His life supports and tell that stupid fucking Smurf village to fuck right off. Their constant uninterrupted chatting is drilling into my skull as if they were the immensely sanctimonious love child of tinnitus and a jackhammer. The pain of a million ripped out nose hairs are but a tender massage compared to this inexpressible ultra torture.
The only loyalist one we know about. When you say loyalist, Stolly, what do you mean loyalist? He's currently leading the Imperium of Man? Rebate was pretty damn cool in Horus Heresy novels. Aren't all the Primarchs loyal still? I mean, they still fight for the Imperium of Man, so technically speaking, they would still be loyal. Are the Primarchs and Legions that sided with the Emperor in the heresy? He is the only living loyal Primarch. What do you mean living? Did the traitors actually kill all of the other fucking, all of the other Primarchs? Yes, so I know about the Horus Heresy. I haven't watched anything about the Horus Heresy yet, but I know what happened there. So Horus was effectively, this is what I know so far. Horus was misled by the Chaos Gods. Basically, the Chaos Gods showed him a future in which war will never actually end. What they didn't show him is that that future would happen if he swapped sides. So if he joined Chaos, the war would never end. And since Horus believed that there will be a point in which war will end and peace will return to the galaxy, this is why Horus joined the Chaos side and then convinced his brothers to join as well. And then, you know, you had 9 Primarchs that became Chaos Primarchs and 9 that was part of the Emperor or part of the Imperium. What bothers me now is that Stolly is saying he is the only living Primarch. So this suggests one of 2 possible scenarios. The first is that there is only 1 living Primarch left and the other 8 have died, or they're zombies or some shit like that. The Furries, Iron Hands, White Scars, and Raven Guard are the Loyalist Legions. He is the only one living Primarch we know about, Loyalist that is. So the others are gone. Interesting. So then, are they gone as well as their legion of Space Marines? Or Vulcan is living as he can't die. Ferrus Manus is dead. Not all, some gone missing, some got messed up. At least 1 is in suspended and only 1 is walking about currently. The other living ones are the traitors. So the chapters fight on, but their rulers are gone. All right. I'm with you guys now.
Well, I'll see what I can do. But at least we still have our mighty Grey Knights.
I never created anything called Grey Knights.
But Lord, they are the greatest of purging demons in the Imperium. They're all psychers, and they come up with the most glorious ways of killing the enemies of man.
Why, at the you.
Bring in the Dread Knights!
Oh, greetings, my glorious Emperor. It is an honor.
Oh, myself. What the fucking fuck is that stupid-ass thing?
It is the mighty Dread Knights!
That is the worst thing that I have ever fucking seen ever. If I still had eyes, I would require someone to deposit Promethium-infused floor cleaner into them. What terrible, terrible person designed this?
The arcane technology of this marvelous machine was discovered by the Grey Knights and is held secretly from all inferior Astartes chapters.
We are
the exterior design, I believe, to be personally designed by the Grand Master of the Grey Knights himself, Caldor Dragon. He is the mightiest of the Grey Knights. He is currently stuck in the warp, killing demons daily, pillaging demonic villages, and vandalizing the Chaos God's property like some kind of glorious rascal. He has even written a name on a demon Primarch's heart.
For the love of all stop signs in the galaxy, seize and fucking desist.
Okay, wait. I'm confused again. If he's in the warp currently doing things, then doesn't that mean that he is one of the Chaos ones? Like, how can he be in the warp? I thought that was settled already. You can't really be in the warp. Or is a lot of this not really lore? I'm assuming a lot of this isn't actual lore. This is fan fiction. Grey Knights are that fucking strong. Oh boy, this needs explaining with Matt Ward. Caldor Drago. He's a Mary Sue. It kind of is and isn't. You can be in the warp if you are insanely powerful. Ah. Wait, I feel like Bricky may have spoken about this guy. The guy whose mind is just so fucking pure that like no corruption can read him or reach him. I feel like Bricky spoke about something to that effect. It sounds familiar. Mr. Demuria, thank you much for the follow, dude. Really appreciate that. Welcome to the channel. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Okay. I'm following now. I think I really need to watch the other episodes of the Imperium of Man, though. Because, Steve, thanks for the follow. Really appreciate that. A lot of this is just lost on me. Because they keep saying things that I just go, wait, what? I don't know what that means. It's clearly, it means something, and it should be important. I just don't fucking know what it is. Color fucking man. Love that crazy bastard. You can hear whispers from the gods outside the warp. Inside, it's more of screaming and shouting. But if you are strong enough, you can ignore it. Ooh. So that boy is fucking strong.
What in the fuck? That is actually very cute. Look at its little legs and oversized body. Adorable. Come to Papa you.
What? Wait, no, don't!
Yes. This is funny to me.
Well, my lord.
Each for a while, and I came here to say that I'm so happy that you're getting into 40k. It really made my week. I've been binging your clips this week. Mr. Demuria, thank you so much. Dude, really appreciate it. Welcome to the channel. Thanks for the first time chat. Thank you, thank you, thank you. That's what I thought. Many of the jokes will be lost on you if you're not familiar with the context. True. Centurions are the best model released in the past 10 years. Fight me. Who's the Centurions again? So you have Titans, you have Dreadnoughts. Who's the Centurions? What's the difference between the Centurions and the others? Is this just a different kind of Space Marine, or the Emperor has on his lap now? Bulkier Space Marines. Okay.
Funny to me.
Well, my lord. I don't know about you.
Who's the people that serve as the Emperor's special guard? Like the people that never fucking sleep and basically just protect the Emperor. Is that the Custodians? These are the guys that if they were to show up on a battlefield, they would basically be able to beat everyone to fuck. But they don't ever leave the Emperor's side. For the most part, yes. Custodians, and that's who is on the right. So this is a Custodians. Aren't the Custodians taller? Defending the throne room from demons. Their Primark is the Emperor, pretty much. Except Valdor. I remember that, I think Bricky said they're much larger than this. And they basically they stand watch for thousands of years. Just guarding the Emperor.
But I feel this is the start of something absolutely glorious.
Shut your face, you fucking banana.
Yes, my lord.
We are the gods of the new world order. We are the soldiers, the legion of light. We are the sigil, the death of the sun. Fire and flame, we are one.
This is pretty good, but I feel like, yeah, there's no point in me keep watching this, because a lot of this is just lost on me. I need to learn more about this universe before I think I can continue with this. Because a lot of this is just like they say things and I'm like, wait, I don't follow. I don't understand what this means. We'll come back to this. How about we fucking come back to this once we've grabbed a little bit more actual lore and we know a little bit more about this universe. Then we come back and we fucking try again. Yeah, I think coming back is a better option. Because this is kind of like jumping into... These are clearly inside jokes. Because I see a lot of you sort of enjoying things that he's saying because you already know what's going on. You know the stories. Whereas I obviously fucking don't. So for me, it is sort of like I don't know what this is. yes, we have Luton's second video that we have to watch at some point. Hold up, I'm trying to look through. Dude, Luton did so many videos though. Fuck. Because I'm looking at this now, and it's sort of like, so you have the Imperium of Man, right? The Emperor of Man, and these are different parts. Then you have just here, just scrolling down, the Grey Knights, and these are different parts as well. How many videos does Luton actually have about Warhammer 40k, dude? Is there like an actual end to the amount of videos that exist for Warhammer 40k? Although most of these videos were like years ago. Actually, no, he seems to make a video, 2 videos a month. Or some shit like that. Sephion, thanks for the tier 1 sub. Really appreciate that. Welcome to the most degenerate chat on Twitch. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Far too kind, bro. What's this? Imperium Introduction Cinematic.
The Imperium of Man. A million worlds scattered across an uncaring galaxy. A million worlds forever under threat from the machinations of cursed traitors and perfidious Xenos. It is an empire consumed by war, by the very battle for survival itself, for there is no peace amongst the stars.
I love the sayings, dude.
The Space Marines, genetically modified warriors who know no fear, spearhead every counter-assault, taking the battle to the heart of the foe. From the smoke-wreathed horror of Adeptus Mechanicus Forge Worlds sail warships of fearsome potency, their weapons blessed by the Machine God, and their crews dedicated to the
Machine God is a
holy
joke, bro.
cause. The Schola Progenium molds callow flesh into leaders, officers of the Imperial Navy, the greatest fleet ever to span the stars.
It's not heresy to say that the Machine God is a joke. It's heresy to speak out against the Emperor, but the Emperor is not the Machine God. Like, the Omnis, well, you could make that argument, I guess, but they do not believe that the Omnisire is the Emperor. They believe in the Emperor as well, but they do not believe that the... Do the Adeptus Mechanicus believe that the Emperor is the Omnisire? I do not think so. Doesn't even know his computer works by magic of the Machine God? Oh my god. Yeah, here we go. This is all I fucking need right now. They don't care about the Emperor, to be honest. They do respect him, do they not? Some sects believe the Emperor is the Omni. You have to say that if you don't want the Inquisition will come knocking. The Emperor is the Omnisire's avatar. Messiah is a heresy. There is a heretic and there is heretic Akamon. Of course. No. Wait. No. Someone said that someone will come knocking. The Inquisition will come knocking. That is apparently not true for the Adeptus Mechanicus. So, from Bricky's video, they tolerate the Adeptus Mechanicus believing in the Omnisire because they need the Adeptus Mechanicus in order to actually wage war and to survive. So, I do not believe that the Adeptus Mechanicus needs to, in any way, shape, or form, believe in the Emperor whatsoever. Because they kind of need them, so they don't really have a choice.
These heroes dedicate their life to the Imperium's defense, confronting the ceaseless threat of chaos wherever it manifests. The war against the dark gods and their worshippers is the eternal battle for the soul of mankind, for the future of the galaxy itself. It is the forge upon which true heroes are struck and legends tempered.
Is this a good game?
Admiral Spire is one such legend, savior of the Gothic sect.
Steve, by the way, if you wanna link stuff in the channel, you can do so on Discord. Unless you're sub to the channel, you can't you can't link in the channel. So on Twitch, but you can absolutely link stuff on Discord. So I'm not trying to make money out of you or force you to sub, but yeah, if we just let everyone sub, we've had some problem with people subbing or linking things that steal people's information and crap. So that's why we did that.
Vanquisher of Warmaster Abaddon's 12th Black Crusade. For centuries he has been lost, trapped in the shifting tides of the Immaterium, while in pursuit of the hated foe. Such travails would drive an ordinary man to madness, or into the clutches of the very gods he once opposed. But Spire is no ordinary man, and his time is coming once more.
We're out. Praise the Emperor, but I can see the stars again. Receiving distress hymnals. The region's alive with them. According to the timestamps, Admiral, the year. It's 999 M41. We've been lost in the warp for over 800 years.
Jesus.
And Cadia, the hymnals report that it's been destroyed, sir. There's a lot of confusion out there, sir. And Admiral, Cadia fell at Abaddon's hand.
Then we are returned not a moment too soon. Navigator, chart a course to the Cadian system. We may be an age too late to join the battle, but revenge is still within our grasp.
Warp engines online.
Okay.
Geller field holding.
This is Admiral Spire to all...
Okay, so I'm assuming this is Cadia. Steve, you bastard. Thanks for seeing what's up. Did really appreciate that. Welcome to the most degenerate chat on Twitch. Thank you, thank you, thank you. You're far too kind, bro. So who here believes that Cadia was destroyed? And who believes that Cadia still stands? No, because whenever I ask people what happened to Cadia, people write Cadia is fine. Cadia is fine. There's nothing wrong with Cadia. So it seems like there's people who have a different idea about what Cadia is supposed to be, at least. Steve, I'm gonna add this video to my watch list on Discord, by the way, just in case we do not actually get to it. Today, I don't want to lose it, so I'm gonna add it to content suggestions here. There we go. Okay, that's added now.
Primark project.
No, wait, where's this? Okay. Do they actually show you that Cadia was destroyed?
Rally at coordinates 154554. This isn't over.
Okay, so Cadia is definitely gone. Do they show you how Cadia was destroyed in this game? Wait, hold up. I want to see this now. Battlefleet 2, Fall of Cadia.
For 10,000 years, the Eye of Terror has spewed its ageless horrors into the galaxy, gnawing at the eternal glories of the Imperium.
The Cadian God still operates, but why the fuck would they still say Cadia stands if it's clearly no longer the case? Thanks for the first time chat, by the way. Also, appreciate that. Welcome to the channel. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Abaddon crash a Blackstone fortress into it. Jesus. Stolly? Yeah, sure. Alright, what's up?
Okay, so Cadia stands is basically the battle cry of Cadians after Cadia's fall, implying that they're still fighting for the Imperium even after their word was, blown up. That's short. That's basically it.
Okay, so this
The
is
battle
why
cry.
this is why you guys always go Cadia still stands.
Yes.
Because you guys think you're still fighting for the Imperium, even though your world has been destroyed. Okay, this makes sense. So basically, Warhammer bolts copium right into the fucking game. This makes sense to me. All right, let's see how Cadia falls.
Very soul of mankind itself. And for every one of those 10,000 years, the fortress world of Cadia has held the gate closed. An adamantium bastion, granted strength by flesh and bone, and seeded purpose by faith in the Emperor's holy light. But as the darkness grew ever deeper, and the blaze of the Astronomicon guttered like a wind-blown candle, the Eye of Terror pulsed, its baleful energy spilling anew across the stars.
Oh, shit. Here we go. Fuck. Shit, the chaos is here.
With a shriek that echoed through nightmares from Medusa to Ultramar, the Black Fleet slipped its moorings. An endless tide of heretics, traitors, demons, and madmen whose desperate fealty was given over to a single damned soul. Abaddon the Despoiler, inheritor of the arch-traitor Horus's reviled legacy, the 13th Black Crusade, herald to a fresh age of nightmare, had begun. Stalwart Cadia would be the first to feel its wrath.
A Blackstone fortress! Without our shields, that accursed Hulk will scour Cadia clean.
Repairs to the null array are underway. We require only a matter of days.
The Magos asks for time. I have none to give. My wolves will buy all that he needs. Alert my battle barge to prepare for my arrival.
Who's this? This is a Primark. I remember one of the Primarks having this wolf thing fucking on his shoulders. Isn't it? Or is this one of the Space Marines that just has the wolf thing the same as their Primark? Space Wolves. Okay. So their Primark had these wolf things, and so all of them have these wolf things. Okay.
By the Fang, I'll not die without a fight.
Sven Bloodhowl, stalwart of a brotherhood famed for their courage. But sometimes, courage is not enough.
Uh-huh. Dude, this must be scary as shit if this happened in real life.
Initialization failed. Null array inert. Insufficient power. Insufficient power. Rerouting. Reroute failed.
That chip was built for war? Fuck.
Power surge. Processing. No data. Power building. Null array deploying.
Thus did Cadia earn respite. Not through the bravery
Fuck, that was
Bloodhound,
close.
Nor the labors of Magus Clan, but through the intercession of a mysterious benefactor. But the respite was short-lived. As the cheers faded, traitor warships blackened the skies. The siege of Cadia Secundus had begun. The forces of the Despoiler came in numbers uncounted, but the walls of Casa Craft held. Even in that darkest of days, the flame of humanity's valor burned bright. With faith burning in their hearts, the defenders held the Chaos Hordes at bay, uncaring of the losses they bore in exchange.
Jesus.
But flesh fails and faith flickers. With every bloody moment, Abaddon's forces drew closer to victory.
Dude, that must be one of the fucking scariest things ever. Being beset from all sides. And what makes it worse is it's one of your own. You know, it's... That's what makes this so fucked up, is that these were people that just... like, a short while ago, you considered them brothers. You considered them like part of your team, and now your team is coming to fuck you up, and there's no reasoning with them. There's no explaining to them, hey, I think you're corrupted or some shit like that. It just doesn't fucking matter. Just about you years ago when I played WoW Legion, seeing you randomly pop up on YouTube, checking out 40k lore, and I'm here for it, brother. This universe is so messed up. Luxley, thanks for the first time chat. Really appreciate that. Welcome back, brother. Just another Imperium. Yeah, Stolly?
Okay, so just for context, Cadia was a fortress world, and I think for like 10,000 years it was basically the first stop from the Eye of Terror, right? It was what was holding it back, and I don't want to spoil anything, so I'm not going to say why, but yeah, it's a fortress world. It was one of the biggest contributors to the Imperial Guard, and it only contributed elite soldiers, blah, blah, blah. Very, very big world. The entire population there was fighting. Men, women, everyone.
Sure, okay, so it is warriors first, and
yes,
basically
it's basically Sparta, but in space, you know?
Yeah. Okay, I get it. Just to be clear, though, 10,000 years for things that live forever is a fairly short fucking time. 10,000 years for us is really long because, well, we don't live forever, right? So 10,000 years seems like an astronomical amount of time. But if you live forever, if you have the ability to just never die, 10,000 years is like a blink of a fucking eye. The hell is that?
Archmagos, your reputation precedes you, but you choose a bleak time to come to Cadia.
That's Belisarius' call.
Bleaker than you know. My adepts uncovered pylons on Area 6. They are a perfect match for those present on Cadia, but were reduced to null during the Fourth Black Crusade.
Abaddon. His malice holds greater purpose than we knew.
Agreed. Ruined pylon fields have been discovered on many worlds, all unmade by the Despoiler.
Why? Their heritage is alien, their purpose unknown.
The pylons' forges remain shrouded, known only to the Omnissiah. But their purpose is revealed. They contain the Eye of Terror. If they are destroyed, the Immaterium will claim all. The Imperium will be no more. The pylons must be safeguarded. They are our only weapon against the encroachment of chaos. But I need time to study.
Go. Make your studies. May the Emperor guide you.
Dude, we're in a war. Like, we are literally being attacked as we speak. And this guy's going, so I need time to read a couple of books. You know, you got a week? Let me just figure out what the fuck is going on here, and then I'll get back to you, you know? Can you guys hold them off until I'm done? Yeah, sure. Go. May the Emperor be with you. It's like, dude, now is not the time for studies. You should have been here fucking years ago, right? Mechanicus does. Adeptus Mechanicus are like this. Yeah, I would tell them to go fuck themselves. Vogie, by the way, thanks for the follow. Really appreciate that. Welcome to the channel. Thank you. Yeah?
Just for context, this is the guy that we talked about, I think, yesterday. The Mechanicus guy that lived even in the time of the Emperor.
Yeah. This is one of your favorite characters.
No, mine as well, yeah, but it's one of the other mods. I think Morning has is his favorite character.
Yeah. Dude, I can't even imagine living in a world like fucking Warhammer, bro. It is just mad.
I mean you no harm.
But you are an abomination.
The fuck is that thing? I mean you no harm.
I prefer...
Oh, it's a Necron. Wait, why would the Necrons be here to help?
Honored guest.
Technically, every intelligent...
You and I have common cause.
Oh, because they all need to keep the eye of terror going. Because if the Chaos Realms enter into the galaxy, everyone is fucked.
Yes, the humans hate everyone, and the Xenos hate the humans, but they also realize that the humans are the only ones that can keep chaos at bay. So.
Okay, this makes sense.
Dictates otherwise. Then you don't seek to understand the nature of this matrix.
You comprehend its secrets.
I was there when they first awakened. Or perhaps I wasn't. Memory is such a fickle thing. Neither of us desires to see this galaxy ripped asunder by the Imperial ones.
What a weird thing to say. I was there when they were awakened. Or perhaps I wasn't. Memory is such a fickle thing. Yeah, that inspires trust, my dude. Like, right there. I trust this.
Destroy me if you wish. Nothing will change. For me, for you, for this world.
Show me.
Admiral, this is madness. Entering real space so close to a planet, you'll doom us all.
A good officer commands without doubt, and obeys without question.
Entering real space in 3, 2, 1...
Blessed Emperor, we're in the heart of the fight.
Who the hell is this?
This is Admiral Catalia to Battle Group Silver Dawn. Form up.
Oh, fucking hell, the cavalry's arrived.
Incoming enemy squadrons.
Brace for impact.
We're saved. Or maybe we aren't saved.
We've lost the Purity Blade.
Silver Dawn to Cadian High Command. Where do you need us?
This battle is lost. We must disengage.
Coward. Commissar. Do your duty.
I'm gonna be honest. The acting isn't great. Like, they literally just got two people in there to say lines. Oh my god, this battle is lost. We must disengage. Coward. Do your duty. Wow, you could have at least gotten someone that actually fucking gives a shit about the lines that they're saying. Jesus.
As the Emperor wills. Incoming transmission.
Phalanx to Silver Dawn. This is Commodore Trelaw. Situation critical. Chaos forces have launched a full-scale planet strike. They aim to destroy the pylons of the Elysian fields. They must not succeed. Reinforce the position. The Phalanx will cover your back. Remain vigilant. We have reports that
better voice actor here.
The assault. The Emperor protects.
The Emperor protects. Silver Dawn. This is the Admiral. All ahead full.
Auspex readings indicate unusual energy signatures at the Elysium fields.
Explain. I need more.
Fuck?
By the Emperor.
Omniscience, Grace. This is beyond my experience. Analyzing.
Hurry. What are we looking at?
Analyzing complete. The pylons, the energy beam is repelling the Eye of Terror.
How is that possible? No matter. Our duty remains. Prepare for planet strike.
Incoming transmission. It's the Phalanx.
The destroyer has retreated to the vengeful spirit to lick his wounds. We cannot let this opportunity slip away. All vessels, engage the vengeful spirit. For the salvation of mankind and vengeance long due, we will destroy this abomination once and for all.
Okay, I'm assuming this was their mistake. Breaking rank in order to pursue this guy. This is probably where things went wrong.
This is Admiral Cadia to Battle Group Silver Dawn. We have our orders, and we're closer than anyone else. Today, the arch-traitor dies at our hands. Divert all power.
Were they perhaps fucked by someone on the inside? Is there a chance that someone on the inside betrayed them?
To weapons. Load torpedoes. We are the Emperor's fury. We shall not fail. Fire! All weapons!
The vengeful spirit is firing, sustaining hull damage, structural breaches on all decks.
No!
Wow, they're fucking getting wrecked.
Critical. Reactor. Critical. Fires reported on all decks. We are heavily damaged. Estimated crew loss, 65,000.
If never in the history of the world has a plan gone fucking sideways that quickly. Let's fire all our weapons. Shit, they're firing back. Their guns are bigger. We just got wrecked.
The vengeful spirit intercepted our torpedoes. No significant damage.
What? What have I done? My pride. My arrogance.
Yeah, you just cost Cadia its fucking life.
Very well. If that is how this ends, if we are to die, let it be with the Emperor's light in our eyes and his fury in our voice. We fight on. All hands. One last effort before they overwhelm us.
Fucking ram him.
Admiral, the enemy are peeling away.
No. You must be mistaken.
Confirmed. They are moving towards the wreckage of the Blackstone fortress.
What? What are they doing? Vox officer, transmit a wideband message to all forces on Cadia. Tell them to evacuate the planet. Now!
Oh, shit. Oh, shit. This is why you destroy it. It should have been fucking destroyed. Jesus. Okay, wait a second. Question time. So they had to protect the world because the world holds the secrets to the Eye of Terror. But now that Cadia have been destroyed, why aren't they destroyed? Because they basically said, we need to keep this, otherwise we're fucked. The chaos will consume the entire universe if we do not hold Cadia. But Cadia is fucked. So why? Why is the universe not fucked yet?
It kinda is. That's the new edition of Warhammer 40k. That's the new chapter where they are trying to reclaim all that was lost because of this 13th Black Crusade and the fall of Cadia.
Ah, okay. So that's why humanity is under constant threat from the warp now, is because Cadia was lost.
Yeah, they basically lost half the galaxy.
Wow. Dude, what a fucked up universe, man. Like, one planet. There should have been more fleets, I feel. Is Abaddon still alive?
I think so, yeah.
So Abaddon still lives. And no one's been able to kill him yet. Yes, and the warp healing. Fuck, can you imagine? Just imagine for a second playing like this is an RPG, man. Like a proper fucking RPG. Seeing stories like Abaddon and shit like that. What do you mean he's forever? So wait, Abaddon cannot die? No matter how you kill him, no matter where you kill him, he can't die. He almost got killed by Sigismund, who is one of the only people he fully respected and honored after he killed him. He has a model, he won't die soon. Chaos respawns, there are champions and characters, everyone comes back, his soul can't die. I'm assuming it's similar to what you would get in basically all other fantasy games, but World of Warcraft specifically here. If you can kill him inside the warp, that's where he would die. But in order to kill him inside the warp, you'd need to send someone into the warp that is strong enough to actually still not. Dude, so you can't kill the chaos. Like, chaos cannot be stopped. Seems a bit overpowered to me. Not gonna lie to you. Ah. So you need special weapons to take down chaos. Kill something demonic, you need to separate their bond to the warp with sheer power or simply imprison them. So it's not overpowered, it's just more only special weapons will take them down. Okay, I get that. I must admit, I've never heard about this Abaddon guy before, and I think he's a cunt. Just after seeing this, I think he's an asshole. And the more I learn, the more I have to admit I am an Imperium fanboy, man. I really do like the Imperium.
So, if you want a bit more context to what happens after the fall of Cadia, is basically after Cadia falls, you know, all these because of the 13th Black Crusade, all the Chaos fleets and everything, they go like all over the galaxy and they fuck shit up. And one of the books I just read basically says that even on Terra there are demons and there are fucking uprisings and stuff like that, you know, and Terra, you know, the home of humans, you know, that's where the Emperor is, all that shit.
Yeah.
And I don't remember exactly if they passed the law, but basically the Custodians can actually, like, they pass a law where the Custodians are like gonna go out into the world and, you know, fuck shit up as well. They won't stay on Terra exclusively anymore.
Yeah.
And that's also when Gilman comes back, the Primark we talked about earlier. He comes back around this time and starts leading the Imperium to, you know, start claiming back the lost territory. And It's basically the entire universe, galaxy is fucked up at that point, and
Okay.
as I said, that's the new chapter.
Yeah. Okay, I get what you mean. Someone is saying something interesting here. How true is this? Kilimanjaro, how you doing, brother? Abaddon is actually trying to manipulate the Chaos Gods. That's the thing. He feels he is outsmarting them, but is doing their bidding while thinking he isn't. Is that true? But is he then still corrupted by the chaos? Horus was the same. So Horus also thought, Jesus, so that's how the Chaos Gods get you. The Chaos Gods knew that they could probably not corrupt Horus and the others by just simply making them do their bidding. So they kind of allow them to think that, oh, no, we don't want you to do this. What are you doing? And then they do it, and it's like, oh, no. Yes. Kind of thing, right? That's why he hasn't chosen a specific god. He thinks he is independent and using them, but it's the other way around. And he can't be saved. Like, there's no way to save Abaddon from the chaos. Then through their hubris, they accept the gifts, thinking they can fight off their influence. Steve, so one of the videos I watched way back about Slaanesh sort of spoke about that, where they said even if you just like pick up one thing in Slaanesh's realm, like just one thing, so you just accept one of the gifts, you are forever enthralled by them. So there's no escaping. You basically, the only way you can survive is by, you have to reject everything that they want to gift you. So yeah, it is sort of this, they dangle the power in front of you. You think you can accept the power, but still keep your own mind. But as soon as you accept the power, you are now, well, basically fucked. I'm not addicted. It's Hotel California rules. Can check out, but never leave. It's a metaphor for Blizzard games. I can probably see that. Actually, there is a theory on when he started at the Astronomicon. He now sees visions of the Emperor. Who knows? That is why the Emperor chose to keep mum about it. You see, I don't agree with the Emperor's decision to keep mum about it, but someone commented on one of the videos, so I'll quickly give you guys this and then you can tell me how correct this is. Someone commented on one of the videos saying the reason the Emperor chose not to tell the what are they called again? The Primarks about the warp and the Chaos Gods is the Emperor foresaw that his children was going to betray him. He foresaw that some of his kids were going to join the Chaos Gods. And he was basically trying to manipulate which ones would join the Chaos Gods. So he was nice to some of them and horrible to others, trying to get the bad ones to join the Chaos and the good ones to stay with him. And apparently that backfired fucking miserably. And so, yeah, he basically didn't get the good ones to stay with him and the bad ones to go over to Chaos. They thought Carax was crazy. Yes, Carax knew. The prophecy things, you do it or not, it will happen anyway. So that's a theory, Blanket.
It is hinted at that the Emperor knew he's gonna be, on the Golden Throne, like what is gonna become of him.
But it is a theory.
Yes.
Okay. So it's not, well, technically everything is canon in the fucking universe, and nothing is canon because of the way it's written. But right now, that is more a player theory based on some evidence within the universe. It's not stated in any of the books that this is in fact what the Emperor was doing.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. I love things like that. I enjoy when you get those sort of weird theories and shit that play out. Technique
That's
guns
why I
are-
told you you're gonna like this universe.
This universe is fucking interesting. Not gonna lie. Everything is canon, not everything is true. And the way they fucking deal with that is just by building things into the game that can nullify any and all of the lore that they don't like. I fucking love that, bro. I enjoy that because it means when we finally know everything about this universe, or to the point where we can start speculating about it, the world is my oyster at that point. I can literally go mad shit, batshit fucking crazy and just do the weirdest speculations in the history of speculation. And no one can say I'm wrong. Because I'll just be like, bro, everything is canon, not everything is true. Shut the fuck up. Easy. Some get baited, tricked, betrayed, but the action of the Emperor caused which Primarchs to betray? It's just really crazy because you can do whatever you want to your models and miniatures. Big E to Gulliman, my greatest tool, my final weapon. It's a theory, and while we can all agree the Emperor wasn't the best daddy in the world, it is also shown told by the Emperor in one of the novels how difficult it is for him to pick the right path in an almost infinite possible futures. I just think the Emperor, by not telling his sons about the chaos and warning them about the dangers of the chaos gods, he effectively made it possible for them to believe things like, oh, I'll accept their power, but I'll be able to fucking resist. Whereas if he told them from the beginning, look, if you accept this power, you will not be able to resist it. None can resist the power of the chaos gods. I feel like Horus would probably not have accepted it. The disco option, you bastard. Thanks for the prime sub, dude. Really. Oh, the tier 1 sub, actually. 7 months in a row. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Lorgar still may have failed to worship them. It's right on that one to me. Oh, there is Dornian heresy when traitors turned loyalists. The bad guys is bad, but the good guys is bad guys is redemption arc. Also, there's a big implication that the Emperor had planned a civil war between the Primarchs that would purge the majority of them and the Space Marines like the Thunder Warriors of past. But in this case, Chaos corrupted half the Primarchs. Shit. Khorne wanted Sanguinius on his side. People that fell, like Lorgar and Angron. The ones that I want to know about and the ones that I'm never going to know anything about, which sucks monkey cock, is the 2 Primarchs that no one knows anything about. Dude, I fucking hate that. I hate that there's just 2 Primarchs that they do exist because we know he made 20, but they may as well not exist because not even the Primarchs know who the fuck they are. Like, even the Primarchs had their memories wiped. They don't know who these 2 Primarchs would be. They are your own custom models. I don't think we'll ever get a proper answer for them, keeping them reserved in case of a plot twist. Or probably just as someone else said earlier, I think in the week, and also now in chat, it could just be a gameplay thing, right? So they decided to use lore in order to create a gameplay position for people that want to create custom Primarchs. So if you want to do a custom Primarch, you can just do it and call it, well, one of the 2. And that's your custom Primarch that you can fucking play with. Gonna use the missing Primarch as an Ex Machina device? I really hope not. Because Deus Ex Machina or, like, Deus Ex devices suck dick. They're really not good. And usually they just feel miserable. So I really hope that they don't introduce things like Deus Ex systems into the game. They were meant to be make your own legion, but they went no and left it. It's weird to have 2 of the 21 Primarchs being unknown. Wait, it's 20 Primarchs.
It's 20, yes.
It can't be 21. Because that means we have a 3rd fucking Primarch unaccounted for. Where the fuck is he? Right? So, yeah, it has to be 20. if you thought the Eye of Terror was close to being OP, you're going to love the Necrons. Oh, don't worry about it. We will be getting to the Necrons. For now, we have to finish the Emperor of Man series. And then we'll see. What I'll do is, once we finish the Emperor of Man, I'm going to throw it open to you guys. We're going to do a vote, and we're going to see which series we start with next after the Emperor of Man. And then we'll do that series, and then we'll do the... So we'll go through each one of the series, and we'll learn all there is to fucking learn. King Mose. Dude, thank you so much for the tier 1 sub. Dude, really appreciate that. Welcome to the most degenerate chat on Twitch. Thank you, thank you, thank you. You're far too kind, sir. Far too fucking kind. There are 2 Primarks for the Alpha Legion. There are 21 Primarks altogether. What? What do you mean? Omegon is dead, by the way. Twins? No, Omegon is not a Primark. Alfarius and Omegon are twins. No one knows about the twins. Dude, it seems like you guys in chat, like the experts on Warhammer, can't even agree on whether or not the twins are canon. So what am I supposed to believe here? Devious Boy, King Matos, thanks for the first time chats. Really appreciate it. Welcome to the channel. Very happy to have you all here. I am so lost. So the twins are canon, but they're not necessarily Primarchs. Or one of them isn't a Primarch. There's actually a Primarch 0, the real first Primarch. Dude, my fucking head hurts. Like, Jesus, fuck. There's so much shit. The problem is that there's so much shit that just contradicts themselves the whole time. It makes it almost impossible to know what the truth is here. Like, everything is contradicting something else.
Like, the thing about the universes is everything is from a perspective, right? Nothing is, like, exactly correct. So, like, one of the books I like reading the most, it's not really the full grimdark mode, but it's from the perspective of an inquisitor actually looking at someone's like their own biography, right?
Yeah.
And the guy already twists things because, you know, it's his own biography. He's gonna lie in it and he's gonna leave out things. And then the Inquisitor twists it even more to fit her own perspective. And then you read that.
Oh my God. So, in other words, what you guys are actually telling me is no matter how many books I read, I will never actually know what this fucking universe is about. Like, why did I fucking start looking at shit for this universe, dude? This is too much. Like, no story should be this fucking difficult to follow. Oh my God, I fucking hate all of you. I can't believe you got me into this universe. Now I'm gonna spend the rest of my life trying to figure out the fucking truth of Warhammer 40k. Is it gonna be a good life? I don't know. But I kind of feel like I'm already living in the fucking 41st century. My life is hell. Okay. Let me make it simple. Alpha Legion's Primarchs are a pair of twins. They were purposefully kept a secret by the Emperor that there was 2 of them so that they could use each other to take each other's place. Wait, what the fuck? So they could use each other to take each other's place as they pleased. The Alpha Legion basically became the secret police or the spy legion, but yes, the Alpha Legion should be left for now. That shit is complicated but awesome. The entire universe is complicated but awesome. 40k lore is written by many different authors. That's why it's full of inconsistencies. Zar, I feel maybe yes or no. Maybe that could be one of the reasons. But then again, there are plenty of universes that are written by many authors that have far fewer plot holes left in. I actually, just based on the lore that I know so far, and I realize it's not as much as many other people do, But based on the lore that I know at the moment, I get the idea that those holes are left there on purpose. Like, they purposefully wrote the story to have as many plot holes as possible, because this is where they can basically do whatever they want. And if you have a universe that exists for as many fucking years as 40k have, you kind of need that. Because if you're just trying to tell a continuous story and answer all of the questions, you eventually will end up in a place where you can't really make anything, you can't go back. Right? So suddenly you find yourself in a place where, let's say you want to do a Necron story, you can't just do a Necron story because all of the previous lore that you've written forces you to do this story. And even if you don't want to do this story, it doesn't matter because all of the other lore that is canon now forces you to do this story, right? Whereas if the world is more open and more plotty, like plot holy, I guess you could say, you can do whatever fucking Necron story you want. And if players do go, oh my god, you retcon things, you can just go, no, we didn't. Read it again. It makes perfect sense what we're doing here, right? It is made in a way where it's very hard to even retcon it. Yes. So, players in World of Warcraft lose their fucking minds because of retcons. For exactly the opposite reason as to Warhammer 40k. Because the writers in Blizzard continuously try to canonize a lot of the story. So they try to write it in such a way that it leaves some gaps, but not too many gaps. So what happens now is you paint yourself into a corner where you want to do something really cool, but in order to do this really cool thing, you kind of have to retcon a bunch of stuff. So perfect example of this would be in Shadowlands. So in Shadowlands, Blizzard wanted to make Zuvul. Zuvul is the jailer, but also considered to be the ultimate big bad of the universe. Why? Because Blizzard basically wanted to make Zuvul responsible for everything that had happened up until the point of Shadowlands. So all of the past things that had happened was the fault of Zuvul. Okay, so think of this almost as everything bad that has ever happened in Warhammer can be traced back to the Horus Heresy. Okay? But now imagine that a lot of the lore and happenings in Warhammer was so clearly not the fault of Horus. So you look at certain events that's happened and Warhammer comes to you and says, hey, this was Horus's fault. And you're like, no, it wasn't. Like, Horus wasn't even fucking mentioned here. How could this have been the fault of Horus? So this is what happened in World of Warcraft in Shadowlands. They blame, the Lich King on Zuvul. And you look at it and you go, wait, this doesn't make sense. Because there's so many elements of Arthas's and the Lich King's story that does not fit into the fucking story that you're trying to tell here. Because they tried to tell the story way too precisely, which now leaves little gaps for you to actually get the story out that you want to get out. And you also then have to start shitting on a bunch of storylines. So Zuvul ended up shitting on the entire Arthas storyline. It ended up shitting on the entire Sargeras storyline. It ended up shitting on the entire Nathrazim storyline. Just because they really wanted this ultimate big bad, oh my god moment. And players were so angry by the time the oh my god moment came, with all the lore being fucking retconned, that no one even gave a shit about the oh my god moment because, you already fucked my story. So I like the way that Games Workshop is approaching the lore. By keeping it more loose, you allow yourself a lot more freedom to do whatever the fuck you want. Him and Omegon, while their legion is bigger than every other legions, they all get plastic surgery to look identical to the Primark and get brainwashed to think they are the Primark. That's the iceberg tip. Also, the thing fans mostly remember about is the faction's lore they play. No one care about the timeline or shit, except Horus Heresy, because, man, it was so cool back in the 30k. Was there ever, it was always called Warhammer 40k. Like, has there ever been, like, game modes that is called Warhammer 30K? So, I probably should try and explain this. You have Cyberpunk, right? And there is an actual game book called Cyberpunk 2020. The entire story or rule set is based on Cyberpunk 2020, which is Cyberpunk in the year 2020. But then you also have game rules and stories for like Cyberpunk 2030, and also they're currently working on the Cyberpunk 2072, I think. They're also working on right now. So effectively, while the game is called Cyberpunk 2077 and the official title is called Cyberpunk 2020, every game book that comes out will be Cyberpunk 2024 or 2030 or some shit like that. Different rules in 30K. It's stuck to past editions. I think 7th, but they did something to it recently, hopefully not fucking it up. Okay, 40K is the result of all that shit. Yes, there is a 30K tabletop game. It's just called The Horus Heresy. Ah, so The Horus Heresy isn't just a chapter in 40K. It literally is the tabletop version of Warhammer 40K. It's called the Horus Heresy.
There is a version, and as far as I know, it came after 40K. So it predates it lore-wise, but IRL, it came later.
Ah, okay. Texas Rainforest, by the way, thanks for the follow. Really appreciate it. Welcome to the channel. Okay, I get what you mean. King Montos, what do you think if Blizzard would bring back 10-man raiding? I think it would be awesome, and I think many people miss it. I've done videos on that, King, in the past. Personally, I think 10-man raiding would be a hell of a lot better if Blizzard could actually bring it back. I would prefer 10-man raiding to 20-man raiding, but based on the feedback that I've gotten from people, it's very mixed. I would say it's roughly 50-50, the amount of people that want 10-man raiding and the amount of people that want 20-man raiding. And then also there's a group of people that want 40-man raiding. So personally, I would be on board with it. I think smaller raids make a lot more sense than large raids, especially for community. You feel a lot more connected to people when it's a smaller group that you can actually speak to, and you can actually make fun and have fun with your friends. Whereas 20 people is too many. It's just very difficult to do anything of value with that group, with that bigger group of people. First was Rogue Trader, Warhammer 40,000, and it was more an RPG kind of game that turned into the war game it is now. But Rogue Trader is still coming. But I'm assuming Rogue Trader was... Wait, so was Rogue Trader before Warhammer 40K? So was it always called Warhammer Rogue Trader? And then Warhammer 40K, and then Warhammer Horus Heresy, which was actually just Warhammer 30K? Ah. Okay. So the game that's coming out now, Warhammer Rogue Trader, is actually the start of everything. We're actually going to go back in the past, sort of, to go see how all of this started. No, the game is about Rogue Trader, who are explorers. So the Rogue Trader game is set in the 40K universe. The Rogue Trader that you guys are talking about is the original RPG that became Warhammer and eventually Warhammer 40K. That sucks a little. Because I've said from the beginning, I would love to see a game that starts kind of at the beginning of everything. Like, not fully at the beginning, because obviously trying to tell a story over 40,000 years would be difficult. So not at the beginning, but kind of towards the beginning would be very cool. Pasty John, thank you for the follow. Really appreciate it. Welcome to the channel. Thank you. Far too kind. Rogue Traders are people who go in search of lost planets. 40K was a sci-fi version of Warhammer Fantasy inspired by the RT universe. Ace the Base, how you doing, bro? Thanks for the first time chat. Really appreciate that. How Echo, finished the YouTube content, ready for more. Ace the Base, there will be more soon, I promise. Very soon. Today we reacted sort of to a lot of game cinematics as well as the fall of Cadia. I know Cadia stands, but you know, we did watch the fall of Cadia today. And we just had like a bunch of fucking conversation. But hopefully tomorrow we'll start with the Emperor of Man Part 2. Like that's my hope. Emperor of Man Part 2, and then we can get into some like real fucking madness and shit. So yeah. Hopefully. I say hopefully because I really don't know what happens in my country tomorrow. They can literally announce tonight, hey, load shedding is back, and then we're load shed to fuck, and then there's no stream. So you guys just have to bear with me. Anyone that wants to know, hey, what's your stream schedule? I've had that question a couple of times. I have no stream schedule. My stream schedule is whenever the fuck my electricity is on and my government isn't going to shit. That's very little, but it does happen. So every once in a while, my country isn't going to shit, and that's when we stream. Otherwise, I'm just fucking chilling like it's like prehistoric times, effectively. So you will never stream. Outside the Imperial Rogue Traders can even create their own empires and exterminatus planets that offended him. Fuck. That is probably one of the more problematic sides of the Warhammer 40k community. Why? Does the time change every other week or something? Sephion, so technically speaking, this is the time that I want to stream in. So, in a perfect world, I will be streaming Tuesdays to Fridays at this time from 2 o'clock in the afternoon, my 2 o'clock. I don't know what time it is for you guys, but that would be about 2.5 hours. No, 3 hours, 3.5 hours actually earlier. So whatever time that was for you, 3.5 hours ago, that's when I start the stream, and I end the stream around this time. That's in a perfect world. The problem is there is no such thing as a perfect world in South Africa. When they announce load shedding, for example, load shedding can happen at 2 o'clock in the afternoon. That's when we're supposed to start streaming. It can happen at 2 o'clock in the afternoon, last until 5 o'clock, 4:30 to 5 o'clock in the afternoon, and then it can happen again at 8 o'clock in the evening. Which means, all right, when the fuck am I supposed to stream here, right? It can happen at 4 o'clock, which means we can start at 2, but we're only going to be able to stream for like 2 hours, and then my power goes out. So I basically build my entire schedule around the hours that I may have available. Especially during load shedding. So they did suspend load shedding on Saturday, I believe. And then 2 days ago, they announced that the chance of load shedding is very high. So we might be getting load shedding again soon. We can see you live for once then. Sorry to hear though, but hey, it's life. There is literally nothing I can do about it. The only thing I can do is to accept it, you know, and work around it as best as I can. And hopefully you guys don't mind it too much. I do see that there's a lot of you that have time during the evenings to actually come hang out, or mornings, or whatever the fuck the time is for you. And that's as good as it gets. Hopefully in the future, if things really go well, we should be able to stream again until later even. But fuck knows. Can you explain what is that low thing? What low thing? Move to Romania, promised land of internet. Zeech for the next Chaos God reaction. Zeech or Corn? Oh, the load shedding thing. Okay. So I'll do it once, and then hopefully everyone will understand. Everyone will remember it. So load shedding in South Africa, literally the word load. So how much you can carry, load. Shedding means that they are shedding the load. My government is incredibly corrupt, and so they use the money that was supposed to go to maintaining the power fleet. These would be the coal power stations of South Africa. They use that money to buy themselves BMWs and Mercedes-Benz and houses and all that shit. So what ended up happening is all of these coal-powered fleets are under-maintained, breaking down the whole time, which means we physically do not have enough electricity in South Africa to furnish the whole of South Africa with electricity. So when these things break down, they effectively have to load shed, which is where they cut a portion of the country off from electricity. So you don't have electricity while other people have, and then you get your electricity back and those people go off. And this usually happens 2 to 3 times a day for 2.5 hours at a time, unless, of course, we move to stage 8 load shedding, which will then be 3 times a day at 4 hours at a time. So that's when you'll be load shed for 12 hours a day. Right now, it's 6 to 8 hours a day, depending on when they remember to turn back the power. All governments have this issue. They have 0 sense of take-give ratio. Ace the base, here's the funny thing. We have had load shedding since 2008. My government has had 14 years to fix load shedding, and in 14 years, they have not been able to fix it. But they have a plan now. Now, guys, hold on to your hats here. You're not going to believe it. This is the best plan I've ever heard in my life. So here is how my government is going to fix the load shedding problem in South Africa. It's fucking genius. They are starting a new electricity company. A new one. A different one to the other one. Because the other one, Eskom, is 500 million rand in debt. It's almost never going to be able to pay back that debt. So their idea is they start a new power company that has no debts right now, and that's the thing that's going to save it. Never mind the fact that they fucked up Eskom, and they're the reason Eskom is fucked up. No, the new one is the one that's going to save everything. So load shedding will end soon. TM, I guess. I don't know. It's miraculous as far as I'm concerned that is their goal. Their idea is that they're going to have, and this is literally what they said, I fucking kid you not, we need 2 state power companies because they have to compete against one another because competition makes them better. It's like, dude, you can't choose one. Either you have capitalism or you have communism. You can't have both. What the fuck? 2 government corporations are going to compete against each other? What are you talking about? It's run by the same fucking government. So they're going to be equally corrupt. That's basically all that's going to happen here. Whoever works there is now just going to make a shit ton of cash. But that's their idea, you know. We'll open another company and then these 2 will compete and it will drive down prices because competition is good for the market. It's a fun life, to say the very fucking least. It's a fun life. Paint the power plant red, actually better strat. That's actually true. That's actually true. I simply just tried to convince the dumb people. Dude, so the media in my country are actually not calling this a dumb idea, which is baffling. It's baffling. The media is writing about this as if it's a valid idea. Like, they're not praising it, to be real. They're not praising it, but they're also not saying, what the fuck? They're more sort of going, oh yeah, they're doing this now. I think this is the moment where you say, this is the stupidest idea I've ever heard in my life. Stop doing it. Oh, my donation goal is for a solar fund. So I already have that. Luckily, I live in Cape Town. I do just need to say that. Luckily, I live in Cape Town, which is the only province in the country that isn't run by the national government. It's run by the DA, and they just passed a number of really interesting laws that should fix at least our problems. The rest of the country is still going to be fucked, but the Western Cape should be fine. So just yesterday, they actually repealed a law that up until now, if you had solar panels on your roof, right? So you're a normal homeowner and you have solar panels on your roof. So the Western Cape government would give you credits that on your electricity bill. So they would basically give you credits, which means that you can get off on your electricity bill, obviously, if you ever need to. But this was contingent on a lot of things. So, for example, you could only get the credits if you actually used more electricity from the municipality than what you generated yourself. Otherwise, those credits would not apply. So that was the first sort of stupid rule. They just changed that rule where they're now actually going to pay you like physical money. So if you are producing more electricity than what you use, you can sell that physically to the government and they'll buy that from you and they'll send you the check in the mail at the end of every month. And then the other one, and this was actually a national regulation, so the government put a cap on the amount of electricity that you were allowed to generate as a homeowner. So you couldn't generate more than a specific amount, and they've just lifted that amount. So they now basically say, if you can generate 2,000 megawatt hours, then fucking generate it. Just go. We don't care. Generate as much as you can. So hopefully there's a world here where within the next year, Cape Town no longer has any load shedding. That would be great because I love Cape Town. I'm going to be honest with you guys. This is hands down one of the most beautiful places in the world. No joke. I wake up every single morning and I can't believe how fucking lucky I am to be living here. I'm going to see if I can find the view that I wake up to every morning. Just to show you guys. Let's see. So this is one. Trying to see if I can capture the mountains. Because like fucking literally all around me is just mountain ranges. Like literally all around me is just massive, massive mountain ranges. It is absolutely phenomenal. Hey, let me show you this. All right, so I live somewhere in the middle there. But you can see the mountain ranges literally all around it, right? Just fucking mountains everywhere. That's sort of out by... So we were actually... Do you guys see that thing on the mountain? Like that building on the mountain there? How warm is it there normally? Because Finnish here, concerned about heat. It rarely, if ever, goes above 26. No. The house on the mountain, we drive up there quite often. And then you get to look out over the entire fucking Strand area. It is just incredible. So these are some of the beaches. That's the beach. The Strand beach. Trying to see if I can find a better picture for you. It's actually it's voted as one of the best beaches in South Africa. Because it's a really long beach, like super fucking long. And the ocean is not rough at all. So it's perfect for kids and stuff because there's very few currents and stuff that can actually pull kids in. So it's a pretty nice beach. I go there 3 or 4 times a week. I usually go there, get some coffee, and then I just sit there and look at the waves. So there you go. That's sort of a view from someone's apartment. Swanky Tiger, sharks is less of a problem in Strand than what it is sort of in like around the tip towards Cape Town, because the entire Strand's ocean is built inside this giant, like there's like a gap. And so the sharks don't usually come this deep. So that's sort of aerial view. This is Gordon's Bay. The part literally next to the mountain, that's Gordon's Bay. Fucking expensive. Like, my house in Gordon's Bay is 3 times the price. 3 times the price. Because you're living on the mountain. Almost all of those houses have an ocean view. It's fucking insane. It is just absolutely insane. Grofile Strand means beach in Afrikaans as well. So it's literally just called Strand, meaning beach, which is apt because it's the largest beach I've ever seen in my life. Radnor, I would say South Africa is reasonably priced. So, let me give you the numbers on which I survive in South Africa. So, if I take for the last 2 years, the worst month I've had on YouTube. So, the absolute worst month I've had in the last 2 years on YouTube was $950 for the month, right? And I was able to pay my rent. I was able to buy food. I was able to basically do everything. It was tight, but it wasn't impossible. And I live, I would say, a fairly middle-class life, right? I don't live high. I don't buy shit. I live incredibly frugally. I'm not even a minimalist. I'm more of a functionalist, right? I don't buy anything if it doesn't have a function. But I was able to survive. If you earn more than $2,000 a month, you actually live very well. Like, you're in the 1%, actually. If you earn over $2,000 a month, you're literally in the 1% of South Africa. I am definitely not spending 160 on Immortal now. Is there a lot of racial tension in South Africa? Yes, by some. I feel like the vast majority of South Africans just want to get on with their lives, and they don't really give a fuck about race. Our politicians, though, really care about race. So they make everything about race. And then, of course, the opposition political parties also love making things about race. But I feel like the majority of South Africans, if you were to actually ask them, they would not. The majority of people do not give a shit. They just want to live. They don't really care what the color of your skin is. They just want to be happy, you know? The problem is politicians want to be elected, and if you can blame a failure of the state on something such as racism, it means you don't have to take responsibility for it. Elodie, how you doing, brother? It is my absolute pleasure, Elodie. Can we just take race and put it somewhere far away, please? Dustry, I agree with you. I couldn't care less. I've said this before, and I'll say it again. There are 2 things that is incredibly uninteresting to me about human beings. One is their race, and the other one is their sexuality. It is literally the 2 most uninteresting things about a human. Because it reveals nothing. You know, if you tell me you're a white man, all right, I know fucking nothing about you. Like, literally nothing. If you're a white man, all I know is that you have white skin. I don't know what kind of person you are. I don't know if you are trustworthy. I don't know if you're an asshole or a funny guy. What's your sense of humor? What do you like? Are you a gamer? Do you care? I know none of that. Same with your sexuality. So if you're gay, I know you like to suck dick. I don't know. That does not really prove anything else, right? You could be funny and like sucking dick. You could not be funny and like sucking dick, right? You could like games and like sucking dick. You could hate games and like sucking dick. It shows me nothing. I learn nothing from your sexuality or from your race. It just means nothing to me. Instead, rather than telling me what your skin color is or what your sexuality is, tell me what kind of person you are. And then I'll tell you whether or not I want to be friends with you. That's literally how it goes. Because I don't choose my friends based on their sexuality or the color of their skin. More on, are they gamers, first and foremost? That's very important to me. And then second, are they funny? If they're funny, yeah, we can be friends. I don't like people who aren't funny because they're fucking boring. Lord Kinnear, how you doing, bro? Want to do both at the same time? Czar, what? Like games and suck dick? You can, of course you can. We went from beautiful mountains to sucking dick in 2 minutes. Welcome to the stream, Luxley. Look, I'm just going to be honest with you. This is not an Accolon stream unless we talk about sucking dick, at least at some point. I feel like sucking dick is almost like an integral part of an Acco stream. That and sucking hobo dick, but that's usually when we get to like really good things. That's what you call being an esports streamer. Gamers around the world unite. Metalhead, thank you so much for the first time chatting. Really appreciate it. Welcome to the channel. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Challen, thanks for the follow. Really appreciate it. Welcome to the channel, brother. Not an Acco stream unless sex dominates the conversation for a time. Would you have it any other way? Name something that is more interesting than sex. Gazrat, thank you so much for the first time chatting. Really appreciate it. Welcome to the channel. Thank you, thank you, thank you. There is no such thing as a more interesting topic than sex. Warhammer is good, bro, but Warhammer is not sex good. I'm sorry, but no. No. You are lying. If I told you, here, I will give you a Warhammer miniature, or sex with the most beautiful girl in the world, or guy, depending on what you like and who you are, you're not going to take the miniature. You are absolutely 100% going to go, give me the gold, please. I will have sex now. Thank you. Do you know how much the miniatures cost? I don't give a fuck how much a miniature costs. In one, you can have your dick sucked. In the other, you cannot. Do not even fucking try to attempt to tell me that a miniature, and I don't care how much paint you can give that miniature, a miniature is better than getting your dick sucked. You are a liar and a cheat. It's going to create another Chaos card soon. Dude, I think the Eldar was having the time of their lives before Slaanesh came about, right? Also, if you're going to choose any Chaos God, it will obviously be Slaanesh. Idio Dutch, how you doing, brother? Thanks for the first time chat. Really appreciate that. I'm glad to finally catch your stream. I've watched your YouTube videos for a while. I like watching your takes on acceptance of DJs. Good times ahead. Dude, happy to have you here, bro. Welcome. Slaanesh likes scat though, but why not just get a miniature for free and get a woman on your own means? Because I'm giving you the most beautiful woman in the world, Andy. Like, whatever you see as the most beautiful woman in the world, Kate Beckinsale, obviously, but if you're, if you don't have good taste, maybe it's not Kate Beckinsale, so maybe it's someone else. But I am giving you the most beautiful girl in the world, or guy in the world, or a Warhammer miniature. You can try to get the most beautiful girl in the world on your own. It is going to be fucking difficult, but you could try, right? Elizabeth Olsen. Wait, isn't that one of the Olsen twins? I do not agree if it's one of the Olsen twins. You don't think Kate Beckinsale is hot? Hey, I gave you Final Fantasy XIV community singing vid. I have not. You can link it in Discord if you want. And I'll watch it tomorrow. Now, hear me out. $2,000 Imperial Titan that you can use to get woman. How many... Genuine talk here. How many girls do you know that would swoon over your miniature collection? And I'm not even saying that there aren't a lot of girls that like Warhammer 40k. I'm just saying most of those girls wouldn't even swoon over your miniature collection. They would swoon over your abs, if you have one, or at least two. They might swoon over your biceps. They might swoon over you being very romantic. But I don't know if you're going to lead with your Warhammer miniature collection, As a nerd, I feel attacked. It's not an attack. I know plenty of girl gamers who fucking love video games, but I also know that they usually don't choose their boyfriends based on the gaming sort of cred that their boyfriends have. That's just not how they choose boyfriends, because that's not really how we choose girlfriends. How's your electricity, Akalon? Big Belly Slapper, for now, it's okay. If they want me to give a shit ton about their shows, they better swoon. A gold painter will fall in love with that collection. Maybe. Although I'm not entirely sure how many gold painters there would be. Akalon, I feel like WoW's class identity still isn't being considered in Dragonflight, nor has it really been considered much ever, at least for my class. As a Death Knight, I have lost the ability to summon undead reasonably, unless I'm an unholy Death Knight. No Army of the Dead, no Permanent Ghoul, which we had both in Wrath of the Lich King. So, Rin the Weirdo, just to sort of highlight here, Blizzard is going hard on the spec fantasy, no longer on class fantasy. They've already said that. It seems like most people care more about spec fantasy than they do class fantasy. So those of us that do care more about class fantasy are just going to have to swallow it. It just doesn't matter. The elegant Nakari strut walk, when I first saw him, made me think about my sexuality for 3 seconds. Jesus. Was the actual class fantasy is to be a mounted class, and yet the only class that can technically fight on a mount is Paladin. They ruined it that a dragon can be a fucking tank. No, can't be a tank, you mean. If she doesn't understand the romantic nature and passion it takes to find love in the creation of chaos and orc, she ain't worth it. You do not choose your fucking girlfriend that way, though. Look, we love different things at different times in life, but we choose who we love on pretty much the same standard that we have for the last 2,000 fucking years. And Warhammer wasn't around 2,000 years ago. So I would argue it's going to be a minority of girls. Not no, because there's always outliers. But it is going to be a minority of girls that is going to choose you simply because you have the biggest Warhammer 40k miniature collection. And then of those girls, there's also probably going to be a bunch of girls that think, wait, this guy really thinks that makes him a better person? Fuck no. Don't love and worship the Emperor of Mankind. What heresy is this? If you have a huge miniature collection, you are loaded. All right, so now we're going on she wants you for the money. Oof, bro. That's another fucking problem, right? That's not a good thing. There's got to be girls who get off on seeing a Glad title on WoW. Yeah, it seems so. Look, there's always going to be everyone for everything. Like, it doesn't matter what scenario you are envisioning. There's going to be someone that adheres to that rule. It doesn't matter how fucking far out it is. There is going to be someone that is interested in it. And that's just how humans work. But we are talking about law of averages here. So where would you have the best chance of getting a girl? Right? So if we're looking at your chances on a chart from 0% to 100%, no one here is going to argue that by having a giant Warhammer collection of miniatures, right, your chances are exactly the same as if you had a 6-pack and a BMW. No one would argue that. Like, everyone would be like, yeah, okay, 6-pack and a BMW, probably a little bit higher than a miniature collection by whatever percentage points. Now, that does not mean that percentage point is 0, because it's not 0. There are girls that is actually very into Warhammer, and they choose boyfriends who are also into Warhammer because, you know, that's something you have in common. That's definitely not going to be the majority of fucking girls. How do I know this? Because I don't know a single girl in my own life that knows Warhammer. We're not even talking about the miniatures of Warhammer. If I walk to all of the girls in my life and I said the words Warhammer, they would all have a fucking shitting dog stare. They would look at me the same way your dog looks at you when it's taking a shit. There would just be nothing there. It would be blank, just sort of staring. I don't know what that is. nor do I know what it's about. And then I might go, here's the miniature that I just bought. And they'd be like, oh, that's cool, I guess. Oh, someone's phoning me. I need to leave. And then they'll leave, right? So get fucked. And that's the goals that I know. So maybe you guys know better goals than I do, but those are the goals that I fucking know. I thought the stream froze for a second. Brisbane, I only know of Warhammer just because of the of Steam. Of Steam or the stream? Look at you, and you're fucking lucky. Never let her go, bro. Never let her go. If you find a girl that is into gaming as much as you are, you have fucking hit the jackpot, bro. Run the Weirdo. The girls that I know aren't into weed and alcohol, but that's just because I'm not into weed and alcohol. Like, it is actually one of my few rules. I would not date a girl that's into weed and alcohol. Because I don't want to get drunk. And if you really want to fucking spoil my life, you go, hey, let's go out this weekend to a bar. Why the fuck would I do that? I could go to a million other places. It would be a hell of a lot more fun than going to a fucking bar. I don't do that. My boyfriend, some WoW TCG cards and playmats. Nice. I don't like getting drunk either. The thing is, I used to enjoy getting drunk when I was much younger. Now, I sort of view it as, so you're going to be happy when you're drunk for a few hours. Like, let's say 2-3 hours, you're going to be somewhat happy. And then the next day, you're going to be fucked. And maybe even the day after that, you're just going to be completely ruined. So you're sacrificing 48 hours of happiness for 3 hours of, let's be real, mediocre happiness at best. Why would you do that? To me, that seems like an incredibly stupid decision. Shannon, how you doing? Thanks for the first time chat. Did you see the recent YouTube documentary where the black dude interviews some poor white people in South Africa? As a Canadian, I never realized how recent apartheid was. Shannon, I don't think I've seen that. To be real, though, I don't watch a lot of documentaries about my country because most of them are over-emotional bullshit. Like, for example, the documentary that interviews poor white people. Did they interview poor black people as well? Because I tell you what, it is devastating on either side. Like, it is miserable. There are people in my country that aren't just a little poor, they are very poor. The problem with documentaries is they tend to want to get some emotional response from people, so they choose the one that makes... So, for example, if you want to get Europeans to feel something, you're going to show them poor white people, because then they go, oh my God, that could be me. Oh my God, you get the sympathy vote there. If you show them poor black people, they think, oh my God, poor people. But there's not that sort of selfish sympathy thing that's going on. So yeah, I tend to not watch documentaries about my country because it's all just padded. It's bad. South Africa is not great, and the bad part is that most of these people vote for the government that is fucking them. Okay, you're explaining drinking. It's close to explaining what WoW was like to me. Happy for a few hours, then miserable the next day. Yeah, but it doesn't, like, WoW doesn't make you feel that miserable. Documentaries are made for the majority of people, which would act on emotions. The truth is, it makes me feel uncomfortable. Like, a lot of these hyper-emotional documentaries make me feel really fucking uncomfortable. Nature and space documentaries are good, though. In Europe, we think South Africa is a pretty good country. Yeah. It's a great country for you guys to want to visit. Like, if you just want to visit, you'll live like a king, bro. And if you're working from home, I would absolutely suggest moving to South Africa. Working from home Dude, you can make so much fucking money here. You can literally, so let's say you earn €2,000 a month. Is that a lot of money in Europe? Like if you earn €2,000 a month, would you call yourself relatively rich? Yeah, before taxes. So you still have to pay taxes, but you wouldn't consider yourself rich at all. In South Africa, you would be very rich. Like, you would genuinely be extremely rich. You'd live a good life, like a truly good life. On 2,000 euro a month, you'd probably have like a good 3-4 bedroom house. You could most likely afford to drive a BMW new or Mercedes, whichever one you choose. You'll be able to go on holiday probably once or twice, 3 times a year to basically wherever in the country you want to go. You'd live an a really upper class lifestyle on just 2K a month. Andy, I'm literally just explaining how you can live. So you would be considered upper middle class at 2,000 euro a month. Panama would probably be quite cheap as well. I'm not sure though. I mean, 5K would make you live like you would be in the upper class, like middle upper class with 5K a month. Eternal, Cape Town. Like Western Cape at the very least. I would not live anywhere else in South Africa. As someone that used to live in the north of South Africa, I can tell you right now, there is no place like the Western Cape. First and foremost, it is by far one of the most beautiful places on earth. It is absolutely fucking picturesque, beautiful. And the Western Cape feels like a first world country. Like if you come to the Western Cape, there's something here that you literally see nowhere else in South Africa. The streets are always clean. Always. I mean, I can't remember the last time I've driven somewhere to find papers and shit lying around on the street. No matter how busy it is, it's always clean. All of the street lights work. Always. It's safe, or at least relatively safe. If you remove 2 neighborhoods in Cape Town becomes one of the safest cities in the world to live in. If you include those 2 neighborhoods, it actually becomes the crime capital of the world. But that's because those neighborhoods are run by gangs, and those gangs kill a shit ton of people. Yes, South Africa is Rand. So there's a lot of good things in the Western Cape. The government works for the most part. The people are very friendly, very open-minded. I'd say old school liberal in many ways. There is a conservative movement as well. So whether you are liberal or conservative, you will find a group that you can fit into. If you don't like guns, though, maybe this is not the place for you. South Africans love their guns. In that regard, we are, I guess, similar to Americans. If you want to see civil war in South Africa, the government tries to take people's guns. That will be how people go to civil war. Like, everything else, like the government mishandling funds and the country being plunged into darkness, most people are just like, yeah, that sucks, fuck my life. But if the government announced tomorrow that they're taking people's guns, there's a good chance that the civil war starts tomorrow. Sort of man, how you doing, brother? Friendly reminder for you, you are adorable. Thank you very much, I really appreciate that. I live in Austin, Texas right now, so that wouldn't change my mind. Just for fun, I want to look at houses in your area to get an idea of prices. Where would you suggest looking? So Swanky Tiger, you can look in Cape Town itself. You can look in Strand, which is the area that I live in. You can look, one of the most beautiful towns that I've ever seen is literally right next door, which is called Somerset West. It's just an absolutely gorgeous little town. I say little, it's like 115,000 people that live there. If you really want to splurge, you can go to Franschhoek, which has just been named as one of the top 50 places in the world. Franschhoek is stupidly expensive. As South Africans, it's very expensive. You could probably pick up a 3-bedroom house there for $250,000, $300,000, but that is considered to be crazy fucking expensive here, because you're talking 5 million rand. Mr. Demuria, I will never say no to people wanting to gift me games. I literally, Frol's mama gifted me God of War 3 and Sun Goddess gifted me, and this is where we're going to get into some trouble here, but one was Timberhome. Let me just make sure. One of them was Timberhome, Timberborn, Starship Troopers, which was also a good one, and then she decided, just for fun, to gift me My Little Pony. So there you go. I got gifted God of War, and then these 3. My Little Pony, for some reason, I will never play it, but, you know, it was gifted to me. So I'll never say no to being gifted video games, and I am going to be playing the Space Marine game, yes. The one game that I still need to buy, but that I keep putting off because I don't want to actually spend money on it, is Elden Ring. So I'm still saving up for that one. I say saving, I'm not saving up for it. I can buy it, I just don't buy it because I don't want to, because I keep looking at the price and I keep going, oh, that money could be used elsewhere, you know? Especially with everything going on the way that it's going on. I keep thinking to myself, I shouldn't spend money now. You know, and especially $849, that's a lot. Vermintide 2, that's not out yet, is it? How the fuck do you spell that? Here we go. No, it is out. Vermintide 2. When the fuck did Vermintide 1 come out? But this is fantasy, correct? Do you need to play number 1 in order to understand number 2, or are they not connected at all? Oh, you don't need to. Okay, that's good. By the way, if you want to add me on Steam, you're more than welcome to do so. It's literally just called Akalon. You can add me if you want. I'm rarely online though, so just send me a message. I will get it. I just don't show myself online because then I get too many fucking messages. If they're in the Warhammer world, not connected. They are based on the Warhammer universe. They are loosely connected with same characters, but they explain it well, and the second has more story. Ah, okay. What kind of game is it though? Vermintide 2 is a 4-player co-op action game set in the Warhammer Fantasy Battles world. Sequel to the name Vermintide, Vermintide 2 is the latest installment in the franchise, best known for its intense and bloody first-person melee combat. Our 5 heroes have returned to take on an even greater threat than before, the combined forces of a ruinous chaos army and swarming Skaven horde. The only thing standing between utter defeat and victory is you and your allies. If you fall, so too will the Empire. Left 4 Dead in the Warhammer world, hack and slash, run to the safe zone, fighting hordes and big boys. Yeah, that's not my type of game. This is most definitely not my type of game. I prefer, like... I definitely prefer story games, like RPG games. I love RPG games. Oh shit, there's like a lot of you. I'm accepting your friends now. Confirm. There you go. EDF is my guilty pleasure, mass genocide game. I would say, if we're gonna talk about my guilty pleasure, which only for the last 2 days really, but it's been this Dyson Sphere program. Bro, I have not been able to put this game down. Like, every waking moment that I have available that I'm not making videos or fucking editing shit, I'm playing this. This game is a fucking nightmare. I hate it as much as I like it. So it isn't really an RPG, but it's good story-wise, I think. At least as an intro to Warhammer 40k Space Marines. I'm still going to play Space Marine 2. Because, well, I like the 40k universe and it might be fun, you know? It might be fun to give it a go. Would I try Nier Automata? I feel like I played that once. Hold up, I'm going to have to check. I feel like I did install it once and then I uninstalled it fucking soon after because I didn't like it. Which one did I play though? Was it Nier Automata? I'm not sure. Yeah, it was. When it was still available on... So this was available on Game Pass for a while. I did not like it. It was very boring to me. Yeah, I'm not... This is not my type of game. Just not at all. If you guys really want... So how many of you like city builder games? Sort of city builder, city planner type games. Is there anyone here that likes games like that? Or are the majority of you fans of like hack and slash type of shoot 'em games? Alright. Then do yourself a favor and buy Dyson Sphere program. Just fucking get it, bro. This game is beyond fucked up. Beyond fucked up. It's not really a city builder, but it scratches the same itch. So I'll just quickly show you guys. I'm not gonna play. I'll just quickly show you. Just so you can get an idea of what the fuck this game is. Have you played GTFO? It sounds familiar. Why does that sound familiar to me? Yeah, if it's a scary game, I wouldn't fucking touch that. That's so loud, though. Alright, so... You are on this world, and your goal is to harvest all of the sort of things in the planet, right? So, in the galaxy, to build a Dyson Sphere. You have to set up these factories, and then use all of this shit to build stuff. Like, that's literally what you're doing. You're just building stuff. So you can go out. I haven't researched going out yet, but you can eventually fly out of the universe. It is disgusting just how many things you end up building. Like, this is my coal plants, and then the coal goes into this to build what is called energetic graphite. And then the graphite gets sent along this route, right? So it gets sent here to this machine, the Matrix Lab, because the Matrix Lab builds these red and blue matrices that is then used here for research. And I currently have to charge because I don't have any fuel in the fuel chamber. But yeah, it is just fucking miserable. This game, it drives you in fucking insane in so many ways, because as soon as you think you're good and this is exactly what you need to be doing, something goes wrong. And you're like, motherfucker, here we go again. And I haven't even explored half of this fucking place. Like, just take a look at all the shit. I'm only on this little bit of the planet. Anyway, that's it. The game that likes kicking you in the balls and you ask for more. Of course you do, because it's fun. Here I've got my oil rig set up. That's turning it into crude oil and hydrogen, which is becoming a serious problem. But yeah. Anyways. Riftbreaker is also good. I've been playing, like, I finished Riftbreaker, so not going to play that anymore. Anyways, ladies and gentlemen, this is going to be the end of the stream. I'll be back tomorrow if God's be willing. We return, you know, so all praise to Slanesh and Zeech and Korn and also Nurgle. Hopefully we don't have anything happening in my country that sort of fucks things up. So, you know, do your thing and hopefully it works out. You want me to raid Noble? Yeah, why not? So we're going to go say hello to Noble. Even if you don't want to stick around, at least go say hello. Just pop in and go, hey, fuck, all the degenerates are here. We're going to come take over the stream for a while. Ladies and gentlemen, as always, thank you so much for hanging out with me. I have enjoyed myself. I hope that you have enjoyed yourself as well. Be kind to each other. Be good to each other. And as always, I will see all of you hopefully tomorrow. Peace.
A lot of people that are a lot smarter than me when